New York and on the ESPN New York app. Is this not working? Where's it? Oh, we killed the music quick. Sorry.
Damn, Leo, you got to let it breathe a little bit, brother.
Joe's getting a feel. He's getting a feel. It's listen. I am an acquired taste to get to work with a little bit. But, listen, there's a lot going on at 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. If you're not watching on the stream, you're missing out all of the beauty that is in this shot between myself and Bart. You can do it on YouTube at the ESPN New York YouTube page. So, the developing story, it's not necessarily one that we have all the facts on at the moment. But the developing story is around the NBA at the moment and a couple of arrests this morning by the FBI. If you are unaware, Terry Rozier was arrested this morning in Orlando as a member of the Miami Heat. And Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, was arrested by the FBI.
You don't mess with Big Shot like that, man. Quit playing.
Well, apparently we're going to find out in just a little bit. Cash Patel and the FBI are going to have a news.
It's this dude?
All right, listen.
Cash Patel, man, don't be messing with my boys, man.
Let's all settle down. Let's just wait and see what they have to say. Let's wait and see what's going on there. But here's basically what it boils down to. They're somewhat related somehow, but apparently Billups, or allegedly Billups, is somehow tied to some sort of illegal poker game situation, and that is tied to the mafia, allegedly, and that also, when it comes to Terry Rozier, it has to do with illegal sports gambling. So, these are all, also Damon Jones, assistant coach, was also arrested, and so it's reportedly somewhat tied together that it could be getting information illegally about games to people on gambling. Let's just get you the exact facts, because the guy who says it a lot better than me is Shams Charania. He said it this morning on Get Up.
Rozier's been arrested for his involvement in alleged sports gambling, prop bets, and Billups, ABC News is reporting, is tied to an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia. The FBI has been investigating this situation for several months, and in Rozier's case, at least 2 years.
So here's another interesting part of this. Did the NBA know that this was coming? Here's more of Shams on Get Up.
As of last night, I was told the NBA did not have knowledge of these specific arrests. This has been led by the FBI. The FBI made their arrests early this morning. But the NBA has been investigating Terry Rozier, Malik Beasley. Terry Rozier was cleared by the NBA investigators over the last couple years. That's why he's been playing in games. Malik Beasley, a free agent, has not been cleared by the NBA's investigation. That's been ongoing. As of about 15, 20 minutes ago, I was told Malik Beasley was not taken into custody today as part of these gambling investigations and arrests today.
So you'll remember what was going on with Beasley this summer as well, but apparently he has not been cleared by the league yet. But according to Shams, not arrested today either as part of all this.
We still waiting for you, Beasley. We still need a shooter. I know we took Duncan Robinson, but come on back, man. You can come on back, play for the minimum. Well, you can get some money, put some cheese back on your tie. You know, it's just, I don't know, man. I understand that the FBI has a job to do. But is this what we doing?
Well, it depends.
You know what I'm saying, though?
But
it's a lot of stuff going on these streets.
But I think it all depends. I really on what we're talking about in general. Listen, if it is illegal gambling, if it is passing information along,
poker.
But again, no. Let's get away from the poker for a second. All right. The Rozier stuff. There was in 2023, back in March of 2023, there was a game where the Pelicans were playing the Hornets, where in a 45-minute span, casinos saw a large influx on under prop bets for Rozier on that particular evening. Okay. And so much so, it was a total of $13,000. You say that's nothing, right? But it's all of a sudden, it's 30 different bets coming in 45 minutes. So it's like a trend that they are paying attention to, so they shut it down at that point, and we're not going to get burned further.
But that's crazy, though. That's crazy they can shut it down.
Let me finish, though. Later in the evening, Rozier played 10 minutes and then left with a reported injury. And it wasn't like he went down on the floor sprawling. So that's what the red flags are.
I think this is just going to bring more credibility to people saying the ref threw the game, this threw the game. Like, gambling is the best and worst thing that ever happened to sports. I mean, we all sitting here, we make a lot of money off of it. Players can't make money off of it because, of course, inside information. But you got trainers, you got equipment managers, you got people that work that hear what's going on. I just don't know how you regulate it. And you talk about players. Like, I can remember playing, and this is when these were through bookies. I mean, how do you forensically audit people who ask you questions about the game? Everybody, every fan that comes up to you, every family member wants to know, hey, man, how's so-and-so doing? Like, how you doing, right? You going to play, like, what, like so-and-so playing this week? I mean, we sit in the barbershop, we talk about this all day. Like, oh, man, yeah, I don't know. Like, you know, it's not because I'm trying to give some people some inside information. It's just natural conversation, right? Like, hey, is so-and-so going to play this week, man? Oh, boy, y'all healthy? Y'all good? Well, don't ask me that. It's going to get to that point where we just got to shut up and we can't say nothing to nobody.
Yeah, I get that. Here's the problem. Number one, it is, you know, when the leagues are as heavily involved with the legal gambling and getting money off of that, it's what they will tell you is part of how they get their piece is the integrity fee, the integrity charge, and that is involved with the security aspect of it. How they go and then monitor what's going on, and they monitor players, and they monitor all those kinds of things. That stuff aside, let's take the legal gambling out of it.
Yeah.
Illegal side of it, that's been going on forever. It's been going, and I'm not saying it's good or bad or whatever. It's illegal, but if you are doing anything nefarious on the court, or if you have any sort of influence over the outcome of a game, you can't be involved in it.
Yeah,
you can't be.
Yeah, no, I get that. But, I mean, what gets me, too, is the poker stuff. I mean,
all right, so let's get to that part of it.
Every player that I've known on every team has had some type of gambling party, whether it's dice, whether it's poker, whether it's boo-ray. Like, I've seen, you know, I remember a guy won a Cadillac. He won $40,000. I think we were flying from Indianapolis to Baltimore. He won $40,000 that fast. I mean, we used to gamble on strike and ball. Like, you got these uber competitive people that bet on everything. They bet on heads and tails. They bet on, like, we literally are the most competitive people. And you give us all this money, and we just do what we love to do. Like, it's not anything that, and people look at the numbers, but we make more money than y'all. So, of course, our bets are going to be higher. Mm-hmm. So, at what point are they going to say, go back and, you know, make us pay taxes on what we unofficially made off of sports, off of gambling? I mean, poker games is beyond me. Like, for the beginning of the time, everybody that's listening to us right now have friends come over, they play gambling. When I grew up, we used to play Keno, and people put money in the pot, 4 squares, 3 tight, all that type of stuff. Like, you can't stop people from being people.
I love playing poker.
Yes.
I love it. And I go to the casino to do it. And
why do you have to go to the
casino?
casino?
But it's not whether it's legal or illegal. What makes poker illegal in your house is if the house is taking a small percentage, which is what they do in the casino. Well, if you do that, that is technically what makes it illegal.
Technically, like, jaywalking is a crime, and you're supposed to get penalized.
I understand, okay? The bigger problem is not any of that. It is not whether or not he was just involved in just playing an illegal poker game, whatever it was. It sounds like if you're going to get arrested by federal authorities, again, the feds, they do not come to your door unless they have you, unless their tight is pretty damn good, unless their case is pretty damn tight.
Listen, you know,
pretty damn good.
You know how many people were nervous when this Diddy stuff happened?
I'm sure.
When they said that flying a girl across state lines is sex trafficking. Look, it's nuance to it.
Yeah, there is nuance. I would not go to the Diddy part of this when we're trying to explain the nuance to it.
No.
Okay?
What I'm saying is, like, it's technicalities, right? When I say, like, flying somebody across state lines, in this new world, I feel like rules have to be adjusted, right? In this new world, you talk about dating, swiping left and stuff like that. You meeting people, it opens up your availability to people that you meet. So if you want to see somebody, you're going to call them from other places. I feel like the gambling component is the same thing. Like we're now all of a sudden stuff that's been going on for years, poker games at people's houses. All my buddies have poker games, right? The house is simply, okay, well, I'm feeding y'all, providing drinks, stuff like that. The house get money.
So I'll give you Rozier. Apparently his lawyer just put this statement out and gave it to Pablo Torre. He, of course, has been
He should work for the FBI.
He has been on top of all of these kinds of stories. He has really been on top of it. So here is the story from the statement from Jim Trusty. That's a hell of a name for a lawyer. Trusty.
Yeah,
that's a personal injury lawyer name. Trusty.
I wonder if he changed that like Jamie Foxx. I wonder what his real name is.
We have represented Terry Rozier for over a year. A long time ago, we reached out to these prosecutors to tell them we should have an open line of communication. They're characterized Terry as a subject, not a target. But as at 6 a.m. this morning, they called to tell me the FBI agents were trying to arrest him at a hotel. It is unfortunate that instead of allowing him to surrender, they opted for a photo op. They wanted the misplaced glory of embarrassing a professional athlete with a perp walk. That tells you a lot about the motivations in this case. They appear to be taking the word of a spectacularly incredible, as in IN-credible, not credible sources.
Witness, yeah.
Rather than relying on actual evidence of wrongdoing. Terry was cleared by the NBA. These prosecutors revived that non-case. Terry is not a gambler, but he is not afraid of a fight, and he looks forward to winning this fight.
This is usually what happens, right? In my experience with criminals and being that I have a lot in my circle, family or friends, where I grew up, usually somebody gets in trouble, and they find a way to get themselves out of trouble, and it's usually by trying to expose somebody. And you have to consider the source. Not saying that he can't be guilty or not, right? But he deserves his chance to defend himself, innocent until proven guilty. But it generally falls from something like that. Somebody trying to get out of a lot of trouble by giving you high-profile names. And, it's so much distrust right now in the world, right? And we don't know if this is a distraction for something bigger or something else. Right, so that's why it's so hard to take things, and that's why I'm not going to pass judgment on anybody, because I feel like all the information has to come out, because we in a diversion world right now where we're trying to distract and look at the shiny new toy, and nothing is more shiny than coming after professional athletes. Like, most people have been given the opportunity and the right to be able to surrender themselves, especially if he was in Orlando. That means he wasn't at his home and he got arrested on the road. Mm-hmm. Like, they could have got the man at his house.
All right. Well, that aside, when they're arresting them both on the same day and they're going early in the morning, it's not like that's anything new for the FBI. That's usually when they do a lot of their arrests, because they're going hoping that nobody has any kind of a clue about something that has happened, which is why I found it very interesting that the league had no idea, according to Shams, as late as last night that this was coming.
But these are high-profile people.
Yeah.
Like, they can't hide anywhere.
They arrested Craig Carton at freaking 4 a.m., at 5 a.m.
But listen, with all due respect to Craig Carton.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
I got it. But he's not a former NBA player, champion, / coach in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, you can pretty much look on the website and figure out where he's going to be.
No, I understand. But what I'm saying is a lot of high-profile cases, they do this.
I get it. It's not like this is a guy that's a threat that he going to run. Like, you could at least give them the dignity to say, hey, man, come turn yourself in. Mm-hmm. To be able to have somebody embarrassed that way and then come back and say, because it's irreparable damage done to their reputation. That picture will always be out there. Those images will be out there and live. Like, instead of giving him the chance to come in and do it in a dignified way, especially if he's exonerated or if these guys are exonerated for what they did.
Well, if he's exonerated, then he's got a lawsuit. If he can.
It's defamation. It's damage to your reputation.
Listen, here's the thing. We don't know how this is going to play out over the course of a day. And as we said, they're having a press conference here shortly. I'm not sure if they began it yet or not. but the FBI is. And we'll get you some clips of that and see what they have to say. But again, in case you were unaware, it was Chauncey Billups, head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, who was arrested by the FBI early this morning, 6 a.m., apparently out west. And he is supposedly, allegedly, here's the indictment. Let me see here. The names that you see on the Terry Rozier thing are him and Damon Jones. I don't recognize a lot of the other names, so they may just be the other people who are involved on the Terry Rozier side.
Well, they said they've been
Eric
doing
Ernest,
this.
Marvis Fairley, Shane Hennon, Damon Jones, who was also the assistant coach, and De Niro Laster. I don't know the
Is
other
this
names.
all off one team?
No, it's no. I don't believe so. I don't know who the other guys are. I haven't read the entire thing. Anyway, point being, as the information comes in, we will hit on more of it throughout the course of the show. But in case you did not hear, it is Terry Rozier who was arrested this morning and Chauncey Billups. Billups reportedly has something to do with an illegal poker game and its ties to the mafia. That's according to ABC News. And so I'm not sure that these are somehow related, but I think if they're making these arrests at the same time, they are somehow related.
So can I ask you this? Let's say they are guilty. Like Chauncey's guilty of poker. What's the penalty?
Again, we don't know what
No, I'm saying it's like illegal gambling, stuff like that. What's the ramifications? A fine?
I don't know. I have no idea what the actual charge on Chauncey would be yet, or any of it, and what the potential. Listen, I guarantee you this: they will absolutely tell you how much time in jail they could get for it. And I would say this: even though you're trying to, I don't disagree that we do live in an age of, hey, look over here.
Yeah.
You know, there's no doubt that we do on many fronts. They're having their press conference now, but we'll get some cuts for you in a bit. At any rate, even though we live in that age, I don't think the Bureau is making a big deal about it if they don't feel like they're going to at least charge him with some pretty big offenses. In other words, they're not going to his house at 4 a.m. if they don't have the evidence to at least charge him on some big offenses. But then again, who knows?
And why is it always? Well, I was about to say, why is it always the basketball players that get caught? But I forgot we had like a coach on the Jets that got caught. The former player, wide receiver Miles.
Oh, Miles Austin.
Yeah. I keep forgetting. I was about to say these basketball people just don't have nothing, too much time in their hand.
Pete Rose.
I'm talking about, but I'm saying recent, like the football players have been getting got too. So
listen,
it's tough, man.
The whole thing out there.
What's gambling? What's real rules? What's not?
Well, the
it says
legalization,
alleged criminal gambling scheme, which
a criminal gambling scheme
it was
is
multiple
not
people working as one,
and it's also not anything to do with like FanDuel or DraftKings or any of those. It has to do with illegal gambling. In other words, betting on the side, not through a legal entity in a particular state. Whether it's mafia, however, I don't even know if the mafia exists. That's me. I don't know.
Yeah, you better chill out, Untouchables. Elliot Ness your ass about it.
I am merely reporting what is being reported. That's all. Anyway, you get the point. This is just a story that's going to take over the day for sure.
Well, how does this affect the NBA, but sports in general? Because if you're any other sport, you're reminding your constituents.
Constituents, yeah.
Yeah, you're reminding them, hey, man, remember what these rules are, man. Like, they're going to come get you. Like, it seems like basketball has been more high profile with the level of stuff when you think about Porter's brother a couple years ago. Yeah, I think he got real time, too.
Jonte Porter, I don't know what he ended up getting.
You know, you got him. You got the Shohei Ohtani stuff. That
guy went to jail.
Yeah, you got the Shohei Ohtani stuff. It's the worst. Like I said, gambling's been the best thing and the worst thing for the sport because now we have to question every call we have. You know, that's why I want the automated strike zone. You know what I mean? Because because now like perception is reality, and the reality is like we think that the outcomes are predetermined, and that's going to hurt the game in the long run. Even though the revenue and the amount of money that's here is based off of the gambling.
Well, from what we know so far, we'll take calls at 800-919-3776 on this front. Again, understanding that we're still learning what's going on here and that all of them are allegations and charges. Nothing's been proven as of yet. But the other thing is, none of this is ever good for the league. None of it is ever good for any league that's involved. I mean, the Tim Donaghy stuff with the NBA, they took a major hit on that one.
Yeah.
And you understand why. And, when you have players and when you have a coach involved, it's one thing when it would have been one player or something like that. But if you have a coach, and again, this is pure speculation aside, this is just, all right, if he's, let's put it this way, if he's in with the wrong people and they're asking for information instead of being paid back, who knows? But like I look at Chauncey Billups, and he's made $106 million as a player, and he's making $5 million a year as a coach.
And he's been super successful in business.
And so it also goes to the competitiveness angle of it. That could be part of it too, as you're talking about, with the gambling that goes on these on planes and other situations.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've seen we gamble on everything, man. I'm talking about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we will make paper balls and throw them in. Who could throw? Who could throw them in a corner of a wastebasket? $100 a shot.
None of us are being naive here. People gamble on the golf course. I've gambled on the golf course. Why would ever bet on myself? I don't know.
All right, but don't you telling me I need to look out? I need to start getting my driving skills right. Come get my boy live on the air. I only got one more segment.
No,
let me read the sound well.
No, you're being truthful about that stuff, but at the same time, like for instance, with ESPN, we cannot gamble on games that we cover. We cannot sports bet on games that we cover. And at the beginning of the year, there were a couple things that I was considering, and I found out, I'm doing one of those games. I can't bet on a team for the season or something like that.
Damn, the whole season?
Well, I did it out of an abundance of caution because I'm not going to get caught up in that over a $25 futures bet.
Even if you had great intel?
No. Listen, I'm staying away from it. Joe Fortenbaugh is coming on later this morning.
Hey, we got 40?
As far as I know, so this will be very interesting to talk to him. And Joe, here are two things you need to know about Joe. Joe went to law school. Notice I didn't say pass the bar.
Yeah, he does look like he looks like. Is he an injury attorney?
Joe didn't pass the bar because he went to play poker. He was trying to play poker professionally. So there may not be anybody more uniquely qualified to have on the show today.
That explains his shirts.
But we'll also have Jason McCourty coming up in a few minutes to talk about some NFL as we have him each and every week. And as I said, we will keep you updated, and when we get some sound from this press conference, we will let you know.
37 people.
FBI charges 37 people, including NBA coaches and players, in criminal gambling scheme.
Yeah. It's probably like 5 players and 32 people. Snitches.
That's our guy.
Great snitching.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
The Association on Aging in New York is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which funds vital programs for millions of older adults. Services include meals, transportation, home care, Medicare counseling, case management, and caregiver support. Today, people are uncertain whether some programs remain available. We can help. To learn more about these essential programs and how to keep them, visit our website at agingny.org. Sponsored by the Association on Aging in New York.
In New Jersey, big delays on the New Jersey Turnpike southbound side near exit 12. Tractor-trailer fire in the truck lane southbound side by exit 12. A mess in both the car and truck lanes southbound by exit 12. On the west side, stay away from 30th Street. That's closed between 11th and 12th Avenues. Police activity at a construction site. The Deegan westbound side of the Cross Bronx at the Deegan. Broken down tractor-trailer has been cleared. In Brooklyn, the inbound Gowanus with a crash at Industry City. By 38th Street, you're backed up. Right lane remains closed. And the number 6 trains are suspended because of a broken rail at 125th Street. The number 6 trains are not running between Pelham Bay Park and Longwood Avenue. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
All your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. With more markets open for more of the game, DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is live when others aren't. New customers, bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass. Plus, score $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass, plus get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda, fall into savings with unstoppable savings across their full lineup of Honda cars, trucks, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs during the Fall for Honda sales event. You can get the HR-V all-wheel drive LX for $299 a month with 0 down during the Fall for Honda sales event. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 39 months lease, 10,000 miles per year, 0 down plus tax, tag, and fees. See dealer for full details.
You ever wake up with a sore throat, feeling a little off, and you know you're getting sick? Well, getting sick and going on the IL isn't an option, especially for me when I'm traveling for work. You can try to see a doctor, well, good luck there, or go sit for hours in an urgent care. Nope, that's why you need a medical emergency kit. This isn't some cheap first aid kit, okay? Your medical emergency kit comes packed with doctor-prescribed meds. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right there in your home. If you're coming down with the flu, bam, here's your Z-Pack. You've got gastrointestinal issues, here's your Bactrim. From Z-Pack to ivermectin, amoxicillin, and doxycycline to treat strep, pneumonia, sinus infections, UTIs, COVID, and more. It's all right there in your kit. Just match your symptoms to the guide or talk with their telehealth doc. No doctor waiting rooms, no pharmacy lines. Order online in minutes and get $50 off with code SPORTS at urgentcarekit.com/sports. Get yours now at urgentcarekit.com/sports, promo code SPORTS.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees, and it should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee. Included with every tire purchase with paid installation, you'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and 0 for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's a limited lifetime tire guarantee only at Midas.
All right, let's get into some football. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app. let's get our guy Jason McCourty in here, of course, ESPN NFL analyst, and he this week on CBS with Andrew Catalon will have the Colts and the Titans. I will be here on ESPN Radio with that game.
Is it homecoming?
It is not homecoming.
Oh, okay.
That game is the second matchup between those two teams in Indianapolis. Listen, Bart's, you know what Bart's going to do. He's going to do any of that. Listen, I myself am happy to be working. I don't know about anybody else.
Hey, Carlin, you were at Rutgers homecoming, weren't you?
Yeah, that was not a. I'm surprised that you were the one who brought that up.
I know. Hey, I know. It's part of the process of getting better or Allison.
Hey, McCourty, way to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They should be paying you double for covering that game.
Hey, let's get into some football. Let's just start here. As you're watching the whole Justin Fields situation unfold with the Jets, whether it's the owner's comments, whether it's Fields not knowing about him, whether it's the way that he's playing and the owner actually says he can't complete a pass, just give me your general sense of how this whole thing has been handled and the fact that you've got a veteran in Tyrod Taylor just kind of sitting there and we expect that he's going to be the guy if healthy.
I can say this because I've been a part of it. It is the reason why bad organizations are bad. When you see stuff like that transpire, it's one thing to not be playing good football, and you can try to figure out and move forward and replace certain guys, draft better, do better in free agency. But, like, that whole debacle where it's just owners coming out talking about quarterback play. Now Aaron Glenn has to answer questions about what Woody Johnson meant. Now he's going back and forth with a reporter on did he say who the quarterback is going to be, which quarterback he liked or didn't like. Now Justin Fields has to stand in front of a microphone and a camera and not know what Woody Johnson said about him. Now he has to respond with the owner of the team saying he couldn't complete a pass and his quarterback rating is so bad. And that's why what the hell is he supposed to say as a quarterback? He says it doesn't bother you. Of course it bothers you. The guy that signs your paycheck is saying that you're stinking it up on the field in public to the media. So literally the definition of why bad organizations are bad.
Well, tell me this, because you've seen this organization from afar from two different, organizations, right? And I feel like we played the Titans a lot for a while. We were playing you guys a lot. And then, of course, in the division, you have a unique perspective because I don't know why the Jets game was important to Bill or important. You know what I'm saying? I just wondered, how was this organization perceived? Because that was during the glory days, so to speak. You know what I mean? The 3 years or 4 years of Rex was like, they looked like we were a good competitive team. But how do you guys see that? How does that affect free agency going forward?
Yeah, I know from talking to my brother for so long, the one thing, he was obviously there for 13 years, played against you guys in a playoff game and all of that, and I got there in the back end. So by the time I got there, the Jets weren't a good football team, and you said it, like Bill hates the Jets. Like there was no secret about that when you got to that week. We'd have a PowerPoint up, and when every time you got ready to play a team, you come in on Wednesday, and there would always be a blue screen, and it would be like NEP versus TNT for the Tennessee Titans. The week it was the New York Jets, it would say versus NYMFJ. And it lets you know exactly what the tone was for that week. Yes, I don't have to give you the words of what that was.
Well, I got associate's degree, so Carlin can explain it to me when we get off because I'm slow.
No, you use that word a lot more than I do, and I use it enough.
I believe that. So I think being in New England, it was perceived that like that was a team that we were supposed to beat each and every time we got that matchup, and I think that just carried over. Now, if you're a Jets fan, do you care what the hell New England thinks when it becomes Jets week? No, it's a rivalry. That's the way it should be. But I think to what you're saying is, as an organization, like you want to feel like you're moving forward. The video that went viral of the young man leaving MetLife Stadium and just saying, I hate this team and I'm stuck for the rest of my life. Like that is literally all Jets fans right now because of everything that is going on around the team. And then obviously what the product looks like on the football field.
Jason McCourty is with us. He joins us each and every Thursday at this time to talk NFL, ESPN, NFL analyst. as we shift over to Jackson Dart and the Giants, listen, that was an epic meltdown in Denver, but there's still an awful lot, I would say, to feel good about when you look back 4 days later. If you're watching Dart as a defensive back, what is the thing that kind of impresses you the most? Because even Nick Benito this week said, yeah, you know what? That guy's got a little bit more than I thought.
Oh, I think the fact that the courage would be the first thing. Like when you watch him, there's some plays where he's running where there's some stupidity and taking some hits, but his ability to stand in there and make throws, to move around the pocket and not be afraid, not looking down at the rush at all for a rookie quarterback. For me as a defender, as a vet, I'd be looking at him and be like, man, this guy's just young enough and dumb enough where, like, he doesn't care about the circumstances. He could care less how good Denver's pass rush was or how good Pat Surtain was in his secondary and all of that. He's going out there to ball each and every week. So I think the plays that he makes off schedule are terrifying for a defense. I think Brian Dable has done a really good job of scheming up and helping them with plays, third down screens, 2 third and longs in that game that they hit on. The way he used the tight ends in that game, you think about it, you're going in and you're like, how are you going to beat the Denver Broncos? Riley Moss has played well at corner. Pat Surtain, like they have guys that can cover you up. When you look at the Giants, who their wide receivers are, other than Wan'Dale Robinson, they don't really have anyone out there. And Dable found a way to get Bellinger, Theo Johnson, those guys on the edge, crossing routes, different things. So the combination of Dart handling all of that from a week-to-week basis to be able to be productive on the offensive side of the ball, to me, that's what would impress me the most as a defender.
I mean, I think the Giants have shown that they can compete with the NFL elite, right? You know, they have 2 of the best wins in the Chargers and Philadelphia, and they took a team that has been dominant defensively and one of the competitors in the AFC to the brink, right, where they should have had their number as well, right? And just imagine what would have happened if they just would have handled business against the Saints. With all that being said, it's hard to say or hard to believe that you should be buyers when you're 2-5. But this league is wide open this year. It is not a dominant team. It's a week-to-week league right now, and you picking favorites based on a two-game run. Should the Giants invest in Jackson Dart, or should they save their future assets in case Dayball's not your guy? Should Dayball be allowed to use future assets?
If I'm the Giants right now, I'm not looking to be buyers at the trade deadline. I would be impressed if I'm married. I'm the Mara family. I'm impressed so far with what I've seen from our team offensively right now. That I just want to continue to see it grow. I want to continue to see where Cam Scatterbull, Jackson Dart, Theo Johnson, where these guys, Wan'Dale Robinson, where they are when we get to week 14. What is the growth from when we played the Chargers early on in the season to where we got by the end of the season? To me, that's more important because what they're trying to evaluate is, to your point, with Brian Dable right now, the offensive side of the ball, he picked his quarterback in the draft. Once his quarterback got out there, you cannot argue with the fact that this offense looks really good and is operating on a pretty high level. They have to evaluate, is that enough for us to stake our future in Brian Dable as a head coach? Is it enough to only get the offense going? Do you hold him accountable for the shortcomings of the defense? Like, that's the part that you're trying to evaluate, I think, before you worry about adding more pieces to it. What are our issues right now that we need to fix moving forward to really go out there and be true contenders in the NFL? Because I don't think anyone went into this season with the thought process of what you just said, Bart, that they would be competing on the road against the Denver Broncos, beating the Philadelphia Eagles at home, beating the Chargers. Playing in these games and competing, I think, has been a surprise that I wouldn't want to act too hastily and start adding pieces to the puzzle without knowing for sure what my puzzle was that I have right now.
Jason McCourty with us, ESPN NFL analyst. You saw the Patriots this past week. Just to add a little injury to insult with the Jets. Are they back?
Damn.
Yo, they're back. They're back. Drake May is playing unbelievable. I'm standing in the booth, and he made a throw along the sideline to Matt Hollins that he just dropped it right in the bucket. The one to Kayshon Boutte, another one to Stephon Diggs on the opposite sideline. He's just on an absolute heater throwing the deep ball. And there's an unspoken confidence right now, I feel like, with this football team, meeting with them the day before the game, of just understanding their identity of what Vrabel has preached to them. I think they truly believe in that. I went back and watched the game, and there was a running play. And Stephon Diggs comes, and he's blocking the edge on the running play. And he ends up knocking the DB on the ground. He gets up, and as the play's going, he's on one knee, and he's just flexing, talking to himself. Stephon Diggs, the guy that everybody calls a diva and all of these things, he's hyped up on the field about a block he made in the run game. I think everyone has completely bought in. The one thing Drake May has continued to say is his play is elevated because he understands the why behind each and every play they're running. He understands if it's supposed to be a deep shot, I may be able to hold on to the ball a little longer and make something happen. If it's supposed to be a 4-yard pass, I need to get the ball out of my hands, even if that means dirting it. And that's where you're seeing the growth within their team.
I can't say nothing to that because I believe the Patriots are back now as well. But, once a Patriot hater, always a Patriot hater. Now I have to try and serve some humble pie. Do you think they could have did all this with Gerard Mayo? I'm just messing with you, man. You got to answer that.
Hey, no. Like, I've said this all along. You better believe the New England Patriots this past offseason spent the most money in NFL history in free agency.
Yeah.
So, yes, they are back. They're a lot better of a football team this year. They have a lot better players. Like, we always want to blame the coach first and foremost, but when you get better players, you can play better football. Now, obviously, Mike Vrabel comes in, coach of the year in Tennessee, have been doing it for 6 years, went over to the Cleveland Browns in his gap year. He obviously shows up more prepared because from experience than Gerard Mayo did, but I still believe that Gerard Mayo, when he chooses to come back, he can still be a hell of a football coach.
Last one. Best team in the AFC right now is who?
Oh.
Aren't you covering them this week or no?
I know. And before I started really dove in, I was for sure Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to still say the Chiefs right now. And I love the Indianapolis Colts. They're, to me, the best offense in the NFL. They don't have any cornerbacks right now, and that's a struggle for them on the defensive side of the ball. And I think that, to me, is why I would have Kansas City above them right now. But that doesn't take anything away from the Indianapolis Colts and how well they're playing with Daniel Jones and company. It's been a lot of fun to really dive in and watch them on the offensive side of the ball.
Just in doing a little work, I didn't even realize this either. We're talking about how much Jones has to work with compared to here. He's only been sacked 6 times this year.
When the ball is out and you got a running back as good as Jonathan Taylor. I think we forget how good Jonathan Taylor was.
He's leading the league.
Because he was I'm saying because he was injured. He was on the verge of becoming a superstar. Then he had to hold out and had a bad season because he had to hold out him and Josh Jacobs. And then he got hurt the following year. But before that, he was a dominant breakaway in between the tackles type of runner. What I didn't know is his offensive line could be as good as it is when they got rid of some of the linemen, when they traded some of the linemen that they had inside. I didn't think they could still. I didn't think they can still be as good losing 2 of their starters. We saw Detroit struggle that way. But with that being said, you say what their weaknesses are. We're coming up to that trade deadline, coming up. And do you think this is a team that believes that they can be a Super Bowl contender? You think they dive in? Because I think we talk about Michael Carter. Michael Carter's he's been one of the best nickels, but not healthy. But a guy like Michael Carter could help them out from a defensive back standpoint. I'm sure there's other guys out there that can help as well.
Yeah, but if you're the Indianapolis Colts and you're Chris Ballard, you're in the market and you're trying to see what corners are available and if there's anybody that's an edge rusher that you can bring on to this football team to help them, because the one thing you're seeing is they're going to put up points. And that's the one thing Shane Steichen believes in. He comes out every game and he throws the football. You would think on paper, they're running, and then they're going play action. No. They're coming out and they're throwing the football to put points on the board, and then they're running late in the second half of games to put the game away. So defensively, for Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator, I need guys to defend the pass. I need somebody on the outside. Latu is getting better. DeForest Buckner is an animal on the inside. If I can get a pure pass rusher on the outside with speed to get around the edge, and if I can get another Michael Carter, I love him as a nickel, but Kenny Moore is now healthy for the Colts. They need help outside at cornerback. Charvarius Ward is on IR with his second concussion. when he's back, that would be huge. But until then, like that's where they need the help, outside corner, and if they can get somebody that can rush the passer.
Jay, good stuff. We'll see you Sunday.
Yes, sir. Good to see you. Good to talk to you guys.
And every week is homecoming with Rutgers.
Just stop. I didn't check what Southern Illinois did this week.
Well, I went to 13th grade, so might as well even count as college football.
Jason McCourty with us as he is each and every Thursday. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN Radio, on ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app. Also over on YouTube on the ESPN New York YouTube page. In moments, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. We'll get into Dart and how Jackson is fired up to get to Philadelphia. Maybe dial back on that a little bit. But also, we haven't even touched on the Knicks from last night, and there's plenty to discuss there after an opening night win on ESPN New York.
This October, the only thing scarier than missing the game is missing out on a brand new Kia. At Kia City of the Bronx, 3505 Connor Street is where the ghosts of old rides get traded in and new legends are born. They've got a monster lineup of new Kias that'll take you from tailgates to haunted houses in style. Visit KiaCity.com or call 646-917-7955. Don't get spooked, get moving. Kia City of the Bronx, where Halloween meets horsepower.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Just printed from the Erie Canal Press, the most coveted ticket, New York Lottery's $1 million raffle, hath arrived. 15 fortunate souls shall come into the fortune of a millionaire.
Translation, the $1 million raffle is here, and 15 winners are going to become millionaires. The New York Lottery commemorates 200 years of the Erie Canal with your best odds of winning $1 million. Limited tickets available. Ask your local retailer today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. BetterHelp therapists have helped over 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. That's millions of stories, millions of journeys. And behind every one is a therapist who showed up, listened, and helped someone take a step forward. Moments in therapy, like the right question, a safe space to cry, or a small win, can change lives. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally, and it works. With an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who've helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
They say a full marathon is the ultimate test. For me, it's more than a race. It's a milestone I once thought impossible. Michelle Smallman here, and I'm running my very first marathon in New York City with the support of Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assists powered by Parity. Together, we're empowering girls and women through sports and education with grants to 32 organizations in 21 states. Every step I take is for the finish line and for the next generation chasing their dreams. Here's to 26.2 miles and a future with no limits.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
All right, so here's just a little bit more of the details. All right, 37 people were arrested. 31 of the defendants were involving the illegal poker game, and some of them are members of organized crime families known to law enforcement, that according to investigators. And as far as like Chauncey Billups, he's part of the poker game one, and there's no specifics on what he has done as of yet. And Rozier is obviously part about the gambling one. And they also said that the sports books that are involved are victims in this. In other words, like there may have been information given to people who were gamblers, and part of that is, trying to know what they needed to know. To give them a little bit of an edge. And that's always what it's about. It's always about getting an edge.
You're always so nervous now. Like, you win. You're like, man, am I going to be investigated later? Like, it's crazy. Like, because now, like, you know how you have, like, these lottery people? Like, where they get in these big lottery groups. Somebody, a couple of weeks ago, they did a lottery thing where they took every possible combination of numbers it can be, and it was like a big group, and they won. Something like that. I wonder, like, now do you have big gambling groups that get together, they share information, they gamble together? So that sometimes when you see that, like, people are organized. Remember when people were manipulating the stock of GameStop? Like, people are getting smart. They're trying to beat the system. Doesn't mean
they
people
always have been.
Yeah, don't mean like people, but it's easier to beat the system now because we have technology, we have AI, we have the ability to kind of compete on a level from an information standpoint that we never been able to do that yet. So it's like one of those things, in my opinion. I wonder if, like, when you talk about a bunch of bets come in on one thing, is this because it's a bunch of groups?
Stephen A. apparently said more is coming.
Of course.
Regarding this as well.
They always slow drip.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this is. Damon Jones was also arrested, who former NBA player and coach. I guess he's not coaching right now as an assistant anywhere. But obviously the biggest thing is that Billups was arrested as part of the poker thing. Maybe there was the thought that he had been, did he recruit people to come and play? Because the poker games, according to the press conference, were rigged. So were they trying to get big money people involved and then set them up for a rigged poker game? So who knows? I mean, it's all alleged at this point. And so we'll see how this continues to play out. Meanwhile, the Knicks last night actually opened up the season with a win. It is a little bit odd that all afternoon we go from doubtful to questionable on Karl Anthony Towns to Karl Anthony Towns is the one telling us he has got a grade 2 quad strain. I don't know that I've ever heard a player say grade 2
right.
in describing what their injury is. And you saw some stories yesterday that maybe he wasn't going to be thrilled with what his role in the offense was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say he's not hurt because you can't say that. Nobody knows.
Right.
But it does feel like maybe he's up in his feelings a little bit right now regarding the Giannis stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's really what it's about. He's been having to deal with this. And he's saying, listen, I came here and I exceeded expectations, and already, you guys want to get me out of here. Last year, people were saying they couldn't win with him. He had a rough year, even though he was performing well. And for the early part of the season, he was an MVP candidate. And during the playoffs, he stepped up and he did what he needed to do to get you guys to the Eastern Conference Finals. But it's tough when you're a superstar and you make so much money. People want a certain level. Like, we would say that, he's getting paid Jokic money, but he's not Jokic, but he's damn good. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where he's good, but he's like one notch below what we believe that Anthony Davis is, Jokic is, Giannis is. Trying to think of some more guys that are like he's like it's weird.
Does he believe he's on that level?
He's like the Jimmy Butler of basketball, right? Jimmy Butler's damn good, but he ain't Steph. He not Luka. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's not.
And it's hard to sometimes to accept that when you're putting up the numbers. Like, he's not Anthony Edwards, but he's he's right there. You know what I'm saying? And I think
at least Jimmy's taking teams to the NBA Finals.
My point. Well, he's saying I took the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Did you take the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals, or did Jalen Brunson take the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals?
But he had some great games. Remember, he had to put the team on his back last year.
And it's not a knock on. Listen, if Karl Towns gets traded for Giannis, that shouldn't be anything but a compliment for Giannis, or for Karl Towns, rather.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
He's like he feels like he's probably getting a level of disrespect that he can't understand. But you talking about maybe one of if they were doing the top 100 players in the last 30 years, Giannis would be on that list. Karl Anthony Towns wouldn't. And sometimes for a great player that wants their respect, that's hard to swallow. Like, no matter if I play well, what I do, I can't satisfy these people. They still would, like, all that he did and what he played through last year, and he's like, man, if they could get rid of me, they would. Like, that's a tough pill to swallow. Like, Jalen Brunson, you would say it's probably nobody that you would get rid of Jalen Brunson from. You're not saying, oh, give me Donovan Mitchell anymore. You're not saying give me this guy. And I think he wants that same level of respect, but he'll never, I don't think, in his career be considered one of those guys, like a premier superstar. I mean, I was a good player. I wasn't a premier superstar. Nobody looked at me like, man, J.J. Watt, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Bart Scott. You know what I mean? And I have to live with that. So sometimes you got to get out of your feelings, but it definitely hurts. And I think he's definitely in his feelings, giving out his grade 3, grade 2, and a possible self-diagnosis.
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app, your Knicks calls in moments at 800-919-3776.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus the front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Your fantasy roster is set, the Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sportsbook for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook, download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet, Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM841631, MSRP $26,980, 0 security deposit, and 1031.25.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code Clinton. That's promo code Clinton. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass plus $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Bart and Carlin. Listen, it was what you would have expected last night. They didn't have Darius Garland. The Knicks were obviously short without Mitchell Robinson, without Josh Hart, and they played exceptionally well. And you know, you have Anunoby making big shots. You have everything that you would expect to get from the Knicks in night one. Here's what I can't take. Can we stop with, first of all, the dopes who are already outside the Garden dancing? I mean, oh, my God. Go home.
We knew that was going to happen.
Go to the bar, get a beer, go home. Losers.
Hey, man,
it's
Boston
game
lost.
one.
Boston
Losers.
Lost. Boston lost.
Act like you've been there before. Oh, my God, again with this crap. Where was the bing bong? You loser. Seriously, stop. That's one. Number two, if I have to hear one more time about how Mike Brown played 11 guys last night.
He was deep. He went deep.
We made sure to let everybody know that every last second that we could. I get it.
He would have played 13 if Hart and everybody was available. He played 13.
He would have played 35 if they were available last night to make a point.
You would have subbed yourself in?
We made sure that everybody knew that too. And then lastly, when you win that game, as you do, it's the very matter-of-fact thing. And I thought for the team, it was a very matter-of-fact thing. And it's a good start to the season. It's a very good start to the season. And I am of the opinion this year that if you are doing anything other than making it to the NBA Finals, this is absolutely a failure. Because when you make that kind of a change, as you did after going to the conference finals, anything short of that is a failure. Because what you're saying when you make that change, well, we only got so far, but we only got so far because of this guy.
Right.
And you really didn't make any other real changes to it.
I wonder if this Tibbs being fired had more to do with philosophy and what to do going forward. Because you can't argue with the results and, the success that he had. What you can argue with is the philosophy going forward, playing more people, going deeper into your bench. And they found a guy that understood the assignment. The assignment is you heard Bridges. Bridges never complains. You heard Bridges, the Iron Man, last year. It was starting to break down. And, I really couldn't – it's going to take a couple games for us to see how the new Bridges fits in this offense. Because I know we talked about Cat not feeling comfortable and what his role is and stuff like that. What new techniques, or if they're gonna play him at the 4 or 5, I don't know what it is, but we won't know until like maybe 10 games in. Like, okay, this is how they want to use these players, and this is the role they play within this offense.
So here was an interesting segment from Ian O'Connor yesterday in The Athletic, okay? And he's talking about the decision that was made to move on from Thibodeau and to bring in Mike Brown. And yet the owner did a deep dive on the coach's imperfections, invited himself to player and staff exit interviews, and decided the Knicks had crashed into their ceiling. Thibodeau was deeply wounded over the loss of the only job he ever really wanted. And this is a quote from a source close to him. Quote, "But he also had a sense of betrayal. When you find out the people you helped either weren't with you in the end or didn't fight for you like you fought for them, that stings." End quote.
What was he speaking about? Is he speaking about Brunson, Dad? Speaking about certain coaches? He's speaking about players who he's responsible for bringing here, making sure that Jalen Brunson was able to get that contract, even though Dallas wasn't offering him a lot of money. They gave him a decent contract, a lot more than what he wanted. Is it that?
Well, here's what he follows it up with. Thibodeau helped a lot of players and assistants make a lot of money. What some of those people said in some of those meetings was likely influenced by Dolan's presence. When you walk into a room to find your employer asking pointed questions about your manager, well, self-preservation instincts are hard to overcome.
So we need to go straight to Bridges.
And it's also, I think they're also talking a little bit about Leon Rose, too.
Yeah.
Leon Rose there, because Leon, one thing we do know is that Leon definitely was a shield between Dolan and the coach for a long time and protected him. He was the one who hired him, for Pete's sake. But I guess Leon probably got to a point of like, I can only do so much here.
You know what's the equivalent? The equivalent is Adam Gase bringing in Joe Douglas, and Joe Douglas is firing him the next year.
Joe Douglas was not stupid. And I don't know how much Gase, I'm sure Gase's part of it was screaming and yelling about that draft and about McCagnon and about Le'Veon Bell and all that stuff and about how they made those moves. And then he's like, this guy, we can't win with this guy, and he's trying to get him out of there as much as he was trying to get Douglas in there. And remember when they fired McCagnon? It was right after the draft.
Yeah.
It's like a couple weeks after the draft.
Yeah.
So the timing was odd, and they were trying to get out in front to get Joe Douglas, who was going to be a hot GM candidate that
following year, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, it's very
history.
When you start to see how Thibs now felt like he was betrayed a little bit.
He probably looked at Leon like, bro, you made money off of me. I gave you a percentage when you were representing me as a coach. Got you the job, and now you of all people, you ain't got my back. All right, I see it. I got you, dog.
Hey, and I'm not faulting the Knicks for any of that, okay? They made the decision. And if you feel like a guy can only get you to a certain level, it's not like that's without precedent.
But you know what the tough part is about that statement? Is that he's gotten you farther every time. I can see if he had got you like who was that? Like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they always lost to Philadelphia for like 3 straight years in like the divisional round or something crazy like that.
Yeah, and they fired Tony,
right?
And then they brought in Gruden.
Right.
Now, it helped that Gruden had all the calls from Oakland to win the Super Bowl.
Way to go, Bill Callahan.
But for instance, sometimes it is about unlocking what getting to that next level is. I would agree with you because think about like Golden State with Mark Jackson, and then they hire Kerr.
Yep.
Right? Bring it to the next level. But Thibodeau had continuously gotten you further along.
Right. So he was hopping along the next step. You don't think Thibodeau could get this team to the finals?
Oh, I
in
absolutely
this landscape?
do. I absolutely do.
So we're gonna say, see, this was the right job. This was the right person to get us there. And he's going to get that credit that he may or may not deserve.
Now, if we're going to be fair about it, though, obviously Thibodeau needed to make some adjustments. And part of those adjustments is to make sure we're getting more people involved and we're not keeping a rotation to 8 men in Game 4 of the season.
But he did that, though, during the playoffs. He trusted some of those guys.
But when did he do that? When he had to.
Yeah, but then again, a lot of those guys would be coming back, so he already had a built-in trust in him because he's seen him do it. Because it's not like this roster turned over. It's pretty much the same roster. Steph of Clarkson and it was Brogdon.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same roster.
Pretty much.
So that's the point. Like, Tibbs could have got a raw deal, and when that comes down, it comes down to his ability to adjust and adapt to what the leadership is saying. We need you to play more people. We need to develop our young guys. We need to have guys that it can't be about veterans and all that stuff. You got to be people that's coming in that's going to give us fresh legs, time. Outside of McBride, that's the only person young that he trusted.
I think that the guy that's going to ultimately end up making the biggest difference that they brought in is Clarkson. I mean, I've always liked Jordan Clarkson as a player.
You got to have a microwave guy. You got to have a Jamal Crawford. You got to have a Lou Williams. You got to have somebody to come in that just generate their own offense, make their own points, and be able to facilitate to other people.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. You can also chime in over on the live chat on the YouTube channel. We're going to get some of those comments in here shortly. Right now, back to the calls. David and Elizabeth will start us today on ESPN New York. David, what's up, bud?
Yo, what's good, fellas?
David sent me a video this morning on Instagram.
Here he's on 7th Avenue?
Yeah.
Not yet.
It was a video that was made by Jet fans that is basically like one of those Sarah McLachlan videos for pets that need to be cared for. They're playing like a really sad song in the background.
Adopted dog?
Except it's adopted Jet fan.
Wow.
For $8.99, Bart, you could help me and my family out suffering from Jets.
I don't know what $9 a month would do for a Jet fan right now. I got to be honest.
It'd give him a subscription. It'd give him a subscription to Tubi so they can watch something else.
I know. Hey, at least it's free. What's going on, fellas, man? So, look, Tom Bauer had me sweating this morning, man. He wasn't answering the phone. And then I tried to get on
Tom
YouTube.
Ain't in.
Comments weren't working.
Tom's not in today, man. Tom can't work every day.
Oh, man. But you know what I do like? I do like that me, Tom, my man Bart, even though you Detroit, we all repping the Knicks. And you know what? I got something positive last night, pause, fellas. I got a W. The Mets let me down. The Jets definitely let me down. But my man Brunson and friends didn't let me down. So, look, real quick, I want to piggyback what Carlin said. I think the two X factors are going to be Kolick and Clarkson. I feel good about this Clarkson thing because I got the receipts on your show from last year. I was thinking about that driving home. I'm like, it's about to be a year since you guys had this slot. Because, we were talking Knicks. Yeah. And Carlin last year was like, hey, who can the Knicks add as an addition to help this bench? And what did your man, Fat Man, say? Jordan Clarkson. Now look at it.
Facts.
Flourishing and all.
And he gives you that instant offense. I just wonder who they're going to get to be that backup point guard to take Brogdon's spot.
McBride's not going to be able to do it all season.
Right.
I don't think. It's just he doesn't have enough.
Have you guys noticed that Mike Brown wants them to shoot crazy threes? Like the amount of threes they took last night was type crazy.
Well,
he's from Golden State. That's part of analytics.
I think the number was the number 40 a game or 40 or 50 that he wants them to take a game.
Listen, can I get 40 good ones instead of 15? Like what the logo off balance fadeaway? Like
as long as they're good ones. But that's not going to be the case. That's not how this will go. It'll be more like we have to get more of them up because they'll go in. How about D in Queens next? ESPN New York. D, what's going on?
Listen, and the NFL cleaned it up, but for years, right? For years, people have been watching the NBA product like, yo, what's up? Something's really funny here. And then you got this stuff coming out, and there's more. Why do you think Kawhi did all that shady stuff? Because he's like, yo, it's open season here. There's probably a lot more going on. The fact that, it's funny, you brought up Tim Donaghy. Guess who's godfather to his kids? Guess which NBA ref has who's godfather to his kids? Just off the top of your head.
Who's that? I don't know. I don't know any.
Scott Foster.
Okay.
Scott Foster.
That's the only one. But
you can't make this up.
We depend on Scott Foster for Game 7s for Knicks fans, man. Come on, man. We got to get to Game 7.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like this, you have multiple players ready to fight this man. I can make the argument. Halliburton would still have his Achilles if it wasn't for Scott Foster. Like seriously, because that series is going one way. And then here comes Scott Foster, and then it flipped. I could really make that argument. That series looked like it was going to be over in 5 or 6 games. So There's always been something funny in the NBA. Let's stop acting like it's not.
Well, the problem is the more and more these things come out, the more and more the allegations that this is something that happens often is going to continue to grow. It becomes an urban legend.
Well, that's the problem. Is
and
there are enough people that believe that things are fixed as it is in life.
And you want to mess things up? If people stop betting because they think they're being taken advantage of, all that money that those gambling sites have given out in promotion and sponsorships and stuff like that, when that disappears, that's how you affect like what's going on. You hope that doesn't happen where people just stop gambling on that.
I don't think that'll stop. I don't think gambling will stop. No.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying because they don't believe in the product.
They can slow down to a shit like, man, I'm getting food. I'm making the right bets that I'm supposed to make, but they rigging it. The game's rigged.
League is going to do everything they can to get this over with very quickly. And that means you will not see Billups for a long time. That means you will not see Terry Rozier for a long time. And it doesn't matter whether or not they're innocent or guilty. You will not see them for a long, long time. It is like what baseball did with Ohtani. They will try to take a page out of that book because look how quickly baseball buried that around the biggest star in that sport in the world.
But who's gonna take the L? Somebody got to get in the ring with the champ and take the L.
It's a little bit different of a situation.
Somebody got to jump on that.
They had a fall guy there.
Right.
It's like
all of a sudden Shohei didn't have a translator for 3 months. I'm sorry, you can't talk to the public.
I always think of Chris Carter. When he was talking, you've been to these rookie symposiums.
Yep.
Where he was talking to the rookies years ago, the former NFL wide receiver, and he said, make sure one of the guys in your group is a fall guy.
Yep.
Make sure you got somebody
who's ready
to take the hit.
You know what I'm saying, Leo? We all got a guy. Who's your guy?
I'm not going to give him away.
My guy's K. I got Deion. I got a lot of people. I take care of a lot of people. I take that L, dog. You remember? Well, you don't remember. Like back in the day, R. Kelly had a tape, and they said no, and he said no. This is that's my brother.
And his brother took the hit.
Took the L.
Well,
like the realest dude to ever do it. The realest dude that pound straight up like the coldest dude to ever do it. Barry Bonds had the coldest dude in the history of the world, man. Ain't nobody ever had a fall guy like Barry Bonds. This
the Anderson guy?
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody ever had a guy. I bet you he's still taking care of that dude. That dude, man, bro, he stood on business.
I'll give you a guy.
I want a soldier like that.
You know who I think had a fall guy? Even though it didn't work out that way in the end? I thought Brady, for sure, those two equipment guys.
We never heard from them.
Their kids were going to college.
We never heard of them. No, we don't know their names. We don't know where they at. We don't know what they're doing. Like, the statute of limitations over, they should be able to inflate balls now.
It's all alleged. It's all alleged.
I said inflate balls.
Phrasing?
Oh.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't need to point out that you said it again, too.
No, I thought he was, like, hitting it like I said a bad word.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay. His eyes got so big. I was like, bro, I ain't say none of the 7 words you can't say.
The joke just flew across. We just took it and slammed it with a sledgehammer across the listener's head. Mel in Jersey is up next on ESPN. Him, not you.
Okay.
Him, not you.
Yeah, guys.
Anyway, Mel, what's up?
What's up? Hey, man.
Mel, what is this, 2000?
Hey, that's what's up.
Come on
hey, what's
now.
old is new. Yo,
Nostalgia, baby.
That and the Bud, classics.
Right. Right. You know, you can't never go wrong with the classics. But yeah.
Go ahead, Mel. Dear God, go ahead.
Wait. I mean, I would love for Bart to finish the reference. You know, to be Bart, just so I'm not lost.
But
wiser.
No, you said
with
it
the frog.
You said it too fast. But
wise.
Yeah, Budweiser.
Budweiser. Now they better sponsor us now. They better sponsor us now. But listen, we doing everything. We out here thirst trapping out here on this radio trying to get these sponsors. We need that Budweiser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they gotta make it rain on y'all. Y'all be on y'all grind.
All right, man. What we got?
Man, listen, right? I know my name not on the show. You know, but I watched all 3 games. I watched 3 games yesterday. You know, and I got a few things to say. This might be like a Richard call. You might want to give me the purge, but I just want a little time. All right, so first thing, Bart, you brought up Cat not getting his praise. You know what I mean? He might feel some way about that. But I was listening to the Just T podcast. He had Draymond Green on. He gave Draymond Green his flowers for what he brought to the NBA. Four rings, his championships. He's a champion. He might not get that credit. So, Cat, he did great for the league. He's a great player. I would love for him to, just be humble and, understand that it's a big game, Second, right? 2 more points, man. All right. The Knicks last night, man. Last night was a beautiful display of offense. You can see the difference between night and day, between the offense that they ran last night and the offense that they ran last year. Honestly, man, they played defense. I can see them, if they continue with this, I can see them putting up one of the greatest records in history, and I say that because last night offense.
What do you got them winning 75 games? I mean,
they're the Golden State Warriors. They're the 96 Bulls.
Because they're playing a 5-out?
No. All I'm saying is because everybody played their role. 55, he could make his name. They said he's like trying to do Robinson place or whatever, but he was there getting the boards, and he was there kicking it out to the scorers. And the beautiful part about last night, you didn't know who was going to score. Me playing 2K, and I say that because these are professional basketball players. They should be playing better than me. I should be able to learn something. And that was a professional offense because I chase assists. You know what I'm saying? I'm dishing stuff off. I'm getting my assists in my game. But last night, you could see that there was a second option. There was a third option. You know what I mean? Like, they was giving hockey assists. And this is a team that looked like they gelled and played for a while together. And I say that to also say.
I just looked up on the screen as I blacked out halfway through that call and realized that was 3 minutes and 13 seconds. And I just want to apologize. The last minute of it, I went looking for the Purge horn, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
You lost me on the Budweiser.
Yeah. One of the greatest seasons in the history of the NBA. What are we doing? Richard is even sitting there saying, really?
Anything's possible. But I really didn't analyze to see if the offense was different. What you don't want is what happened last year, for you to wear Brunson down and for the ball to stick to him so much. So I didn't look up and see how many assists they had, as a team yesterday. But when you look at the scoring distribution, it seemed like a lot of guys got involved. The only person that played 38 minutes was OG, but that's, I believe, because he was playing so well.
Yeah.
They wanted him to keep playing while he's hot. But, everybody else, 30 minutes is, you expect maybe that because their win isn't up yet. You expect them maybe like in the middle of November for their win to be up for their cardiovascular, so the minutes are longer.
Here are some of the comments coming from the YouTube chat. Tsunami, LOL, Chris checked out. JJ, Mel turning into stoned Richard. Phil, I want my 3 minutes back. Steve, Michael K. show about to start yet? And then finally, Jay, Mel high AF. That about covers it.
PF.
That about covers it. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. If you're not following us on social, please go and do that. At Bart and Carlin over on Instagram, at that guy Carlin on IG, and at Bart Scott, at the real Bart Scott on IG. Went and did Carlin's Corner Table for tomorrow yesterday.
Oh, excited.
I'm just going to give you a little preview. Okay? There's a deli in Hoboken. Fiore's Deli.
Heard of that.
Yeah. They make their own mozzarella.
Make their own mozzarella.
The mutz.
What did they put that mozzarella on?
So I'll go through the full review tomorrow. But I did not know this, as I was told about this place this week, that they have a specialty each day of the week. And that particular sandwich is only served on that day. So apparently their most famous sandwich, which I did not know this, is a roast beef with mutz that they serve on Thursdays. Like Joe Leo just went, ooh. He just went like that. So they didn't have that yesterday. Yesterday, Wednesdays, sausage. With a red sauce.
Italian sausage?
That's right.
Was it sweet or was it zesty?
Sweet.
Pause. So sweet, and then you put the savory stuff with the tomato sauce?
Yeah, well, they're cooking it all in red sauce, and they put that on there, and then they put it on with the fresh mozzarella. So it's not like they put it on and they melt it all over the place. It's just the fresh mozz with the sandwich. So we'll dive into that tomorrow, but that'll be coming.
It was chill. Did they have some peppers, mixed peppers in there?
They had some if you wanted it.
Ooh.
If you wanted it. I personally not a peppers guy.
I like the mixed peppers. I only like mixed peppers on like Italian sausages.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there's no place for peppers unless I'm getting a fajita.
I like the onions on the fajita.
Yeah.
I don't love the peppers though.
No?
I just like
Not
the
a pepper
onions.
guy?
I'm that pain in the ass guy that when I go
pick
to
'em out?
Chipotle or I go to Moe's and I said, listen, could you pick out just the onions, please? No peppers in that mix there.
They're
please.
looking.
Pick them out individually, and they're looking at me like
They looking when I get to the front. You don't hit that $5 or $3 on that tip.
I do. I take care of them. I know that that's the only thing that I'm kind of a pain in the ass about. But yeah,
Are you not one of those guys? Are you that the M&Ms you got to pick out the certain colors?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Like put the
Do
green
I
with
look
the
like
green.
one of the guys that would discriminate against M&Ms?
Discriminating against the peppers and the onions?
I just don't love peppers. That's all. I like the onions. That's all. I am a 5-year-old when it comes to eating.
What's that little thing because it's really Jersey thing that the onions that got the little red sauce is like Sabrat or something like that?
Sabrat?
Is that what you do?
No. You talk about like sauerkraut? No.
No, the Sabrat is like red. They put it.
No, they're like red peppers mixed in with the onions. No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
They had that at this place, at this deli. And when I say like deli, like tiny place, tiny. But you'll get the review tomorrow.
Okay.
We got a little audio files coming. Fortenbaugh's coming up later in the hour. I don't know if we're going to actually ask him for a wager this time.
No.
Based on what's going on in the NBA. Maybe we'll just ask him about.
We ain't did nothing wrong.
All the. I know we didn't. Yet. But we will ask him about everything that's going on with this thing. And Joe will give great perspective on this. That I can guarantee you. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York.
This fall, don't sit on the sidelines because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck pain, back or joint pain, and missing out on all the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing, getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime, just precise, image-guided procedures that delivers real results. Whether it's sciatica nerve pain, migraines, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will design a personalized, non-surgical game plan just for you. Without any pain medication, same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the pain keep you out of the game and all the action this season. Visit SandwellPain.com. Text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
Oh, right. I need to keep talking.
Oh,
I forgot.
Okay.
My bad. So here's the deal. We got that coming up, little audio files next. We also have Fortenbaugh coming up. And we have your calls at 800-919-3776. And we haven't even really touched on the football, which is also on the way. Jackson Dart may be biting off a little bit more than he can chew, and we'll explain in moments on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app.
There he goes to the 20, 10, 5. That's a Jet touchdown. That's a Jet touchdown.
Jets fans, be there at MetLife Stadium to see the New York Jets take on the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, November 9th at 1 p.m., presented by Verizon. Don't miss your chance to experience the excitement of game day at MetLife Stadium and cheer on your Jets. Lock in your seats at nyjets.com/tickets and get ready to clear the runway.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
This October, the only thing scarier than missing the game is missing out on a brand new Kia. At Kia City of the Bronx, 3505 Connor Street is where the ghosts of old rides get traded in and new legends are born. They've got a monster lineup of new Kias that'll take you from tailgates to haunted houses in style. Visit KiaCity.com or call 646-917-7955. Don't get spooked, get moving. Kia City of the Bronx, where Halloween meets horsepower.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Why would we trade our best player?
Well, at least you got to watch him in person when he was here.
I named my only son after him.
So you'll always remember his name.
Yeah, but what do I do with this jersey?
Luckily, the company has a great return policy.
I wore it for 6 seasons.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Just reading some of the things that were said at the press conference and what's in the indictment. Damon Jones, and he's the former NBA player and assistant coach. He played in the league for 11 seasons, also spent years as assistant coach and as a personal shooting coach for LeBron James when LeBron rejoined the Cavs in 2014. So here is what the indictment says about Jones. According to the indictment, Jones sold or tried to profit from non-public information so that others could bet on it, including a couple of the defendants. It was about who would not be playing or if they would pull themselves out of games early. Before the February 9th, 2023 Lakers game against the Bucks, Jones texted an unnamed co-conspirator that a player was out and they should bet on the Bucks. The player was not on the injury report yet. He also gave information on the 2023-24 Lakers, including player 4, who the DOJ said was one of the Lakers' best players that season. They don't specify who that player is.
LeBron. He was just shooting coach. LeBron finally got some dirt on him.
Again,
the administration going after LeBron. No, I'm just playing.
There is no evidence to support any of what Bart Scott is alleging.
I'm just trying to put dots together.
I know, and that's where we.
Yeah, let me undot. Let me undot. I was just playing LeBron. Don't send your goo goblins off after me. I don't want no beef.
All right, let's go with some audio files. Hit the audio files, people.
The audio file.
Okay, here we go. First of all, let's hear from some of the Knicks from last night, including Cat, who was the one who told us that he had a grade 2 strain of his quad.
I've been banged up and haven't really got a chance to practice or play those last 2 preseason games. But I don't want to disappoint the fans. Dealing with a grade 2 quad strain, it's not something that's easy to deal with. But we made it happen tonight. I'm glad the fans respected the effort I put into play tonight, and my teammates really did too. So shout out to them, supporting me and understanding the situation I was in.
I mean, I have never heard a player refer to his injury as a grade 2 anything. I've never heard that before. And he made sure that we knew that he's been hurt, and it went. And what was odd to me is the way it went from doubtful to questionable to he's playing, all in the span of about 4 hours.
It's like game 1.
Yes.
How these guys banged up?
It's not like game 1. It is game 1.
Yeah, that's true. I know if you start with General Ohio 1, 2, 3.
Well, but even if you count the preseason, like it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd.
Like, bro, you've been off for 8 months. How you hurt?
He still had 19 and 11, so he figured it out somehow. Here's Mike Brown on OG.
A lot of great performances from a lot of different people. OG was a monster. 14 rebounds, 24 points on 9 of 17, but he was our defensive player of the game. I think he had 6 or 7 deflections. He guarded a lot of different people, so we saw a lot of different types of players tonight, and he did a heck of a job. But he had 6 or 7 deflections, came up with 2 50-50 balls, so just a heck of a job, especially defensively and rebounding-wise from OG. And same with Cat, 19 and 11. We needed every single one of those rebounds that those guys got.
Look, OG was terrific last night. They played 11 guys, which, as I've said, they made sure that you knew, and they went deeper than they did last year for sure.
And that's the key, right? Because we know even last year that wasn't the case, that you have 2 guys that are injury-prone in OG and Mitchell Robinson. Yep. So the less they have to play, the better the odds are that you'll have them for the long haul.
Again, it is a little bit difficult to kind of navigate through. Mitchell Robinson is out with load management on night 1 of the season.
Load management.
What are we?
Did he have surgery in the offseason?
I don't believe so, no.
Right, this is the first time, right?
He's had 2 ankle surgeries. I know that. And it's been a problem. But listen, he's been hurt his entire career.
That's why he ain't got paid that cheese yet.
That's an issue. Giants. Brian Burns yesterday, Bart, clarifying his post-game rant. Remember, he was caught on camera saying, "Why
can't lose that?" Yeah.
Why are we only rushing 3 at the end of the game? So a lot of people thinking maybe he's not buying into what Shane Bowen, the defensive coordinator, is selling.
What I was referring to is the fact that we called a call specifically to take away that play. The fact that Knicks wasn't even trying to throw it to Mims, and it just so happened to be completed. It was kind of like a disbelief, like, bro, there's no way that we dropped 8 and we still couldn't stop, that ball from getting completed. That's more so what my frustration lied. It wasn't nothing towards the call, and that's what I tried to clear up, but people going to feel what they want to feel, so it is what it is.
Burns is banged up himself, by the way, this week. I believe he was just limited in practice yesterday.
I don't know when they buy it is, but he better keep shooting it up if he want to try and get that Defense Player of the Year. If he mess around and do that, he mess around and renegotiate because he's in year 3 of this deal.
Mm-hmm.
After year 3, that's when all the money, the guaranteed money is out. You go ahead and try and get that re-up.
Well, when you go out there and you're having maybe your best season on that front, that says that is year 3 or year 2? That was before last year.
I think this year 3.
Didn't he got the contract with the Giants though, didn't he?
Yeah.
When they made the trade, but
yeah.
It's year 2. This is his second year with the Giants.
It's only his second year?
Yeah, he was traded before last season.
Damn, I feel like, oh man, this one for free.
Here's Burns, the perception that the defense has not bought into what Bowen wants to do.
Everybody talks to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? However you view it, whatever your perspective is, I respect your perspective. You can have that. We are bought in, and like that call was perfect for that situation just because there's 30 seconds left, no timeouts, catch, tackle, game over. But that ball was never supposed to be completed. Like, it just happened. Like I just said, bro, the ball wasn't even aiming for Mims. It was for Cortland. He missed the throw, and it just fell in his lap. Like, it was just unlucky.
Look, I think that Burns is probably protecting himself a little bit there. I don't think there was any doubt. Please, you tell me, okay? A player, when you heard him say, why are we dropping 8 in that spot coming off the field, is he not questioning what's going on?
I only almost fought one coach one time in my life in the pros. Of course, I got kicked off the team trying to fight my coach in college.
Right.
That's a different story.
He deserved it.
It was 3rd and 21. And we dropped 8.
Yeah.
They picked up the 3rd and 21. And I said, this is the dumbest call. Who called that call? Talking to my linebacker coach, who's not the defensive coordinator. But they allowed him to call that play. So, I'm like, yo, what the hell is we doing? That's the stupidest thing ever. He, not knowing that he's the one who called it, he took his headphones off. You want to call the freaking plays? And set him in, let him go on my head. I said, look, Bob, you ever do that to me again?
Is that Bob Sutton?
Yeah. I said, Bob, I will beat your old ass. Don't you ever in your life do that to me again. Or it's going to be some furniture moving around it. I mean, my teammates looking because they laughing. Because, he took it. Those coaches thing, they got a lot of retention. They tight. So he put them and stretched them out and just let them go on my ears.
So it just popped on the side of your head.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I said, whoa, Kibo side. Whoa, Bob. Woo! Woo, side.
It was almost on.
Woo, side. You want to die today, Bob?
I saw more of that Ocho Cinco video yesterday that came up when you're shoving him away. He's trying to talk to the group, and you're like, get out of here.
Yeah. But it's the one where like I'm jamming the hell out. I'll show you on my Instagram because I keep the video.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Come on, good job, Bert. Good job." Like, no, don't talk to me, dog.
Yeah.
I will smack the hell out of you.
You were being respectful to him at the time. Like, no, go away. Because he was trying to talk to somebody else. You're like, go away.
Because I was doing that. Then I said something to Rudy. God bless his soul. Rudy, I think I told him I was going to, in a different way, impregnate him.
Here's Jackson Dart.
Well, I hope throughout my career that's never the case where teams have a book on me. I try to find tendencies in my game and make adjustments that, need to be made. But at the same time, playmakers just, find ways to make plays. And I think that's kind of been my mindset. I want to be a point guard of the offense, but when things break down, I want to be able to, extend plays and give my team the best chance to, have success.
Wow, that was not at all what I thought it might be, which was interesting. That was not at all interesting. Let's go back to this. How exactly do you tell it? Well, I understand now. It took me a second to figure out how you would tell another man how you would impregnate him, but then again, now I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I'll show you the video.
What the hell is that?
That's Batman. Next thing. Move on. I'll show you the video because I think either I was mic'd or he was mic'd.
Okay.
And it picked up what they weren't supposed to hear.
Gotcha. What they weren't supposed to hear. I cannot even
They're
imagine.
supposed to edit that out. I
cannot even imagine the things that you were not mic'd up for, or that somebody near you was not mic'd up for in what you said.
No, that's why, my mother, we used to do this thing called Ravens Wire, and they wire you for the whole week. Why are you doing practice? We always like, oh, man, we CIA and all that stuff, so guys will stay away from you. And then they mic you up during the game. And my mom saw it, and she was like, baby. I'm like, I know, Mom. I'm sorry. I never felt so embarrassed in my life. So I said, listen, if I'm going to be able to say what I say, I can't have it recorded.
Yeah.
So I know I never got wired again.
Yeah. No.
They used to love wiring me.
I'm sure.
Oh, they used to love wiring me. And then my mom paid attention to one. I was like, damn. Yep. Today I renounce my throne. I'm going to go ahead and retire from this because my mom don't think I need therapy.
Last one. And this is Joe Flacco. And this, to me, this is so true. And he just uncovered it like it was some kind of revelation. There's nothing more true than this.
Go sit at a restaurant by myself and realize that, man, that's pretty enjoyable to do. I tell people all the time. I mean, I used to see guys sitting at a bar by themselves or, just sitting by themselves eating and grabbing a little meal. And I'm like, man, I feel so bad for that guy. Like, you almost want to go join him. And now I realize, like, that dude was in heaven.
Yeah, that dude was in heaven.
Yeah, going to the movies by yourself, all that.
Yeah, I have to say, I love that.
But that's because the family, like Joe, moved so many times this year. His family's still back in Delaware, I think. So like
I think you're right.
So he by himself, he's just chilling.
Yeah. Now listen, there are not many things that are more enjoyable than doing that by yourself. I guarantee you. And by that I meant eating.
You go to, you know what? One time I went to the movies by myself.
I've done that.
And then I looked up and I saw like a friend of mine. I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm here by myself every Tuesday. I was like, hey, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
for you.
exactly. If he's sitting alone in a row, like over to the side, and nobody can see him.
But no, I don't know if he's doing no Pee Wee Herman stuff or not.
It's Bart Carlin.
Leo, you don't even know who Pee Wee Herman is.
Leo, do you know who Pee Wee Herman is?
Yes, I watched Pee Wee Herman's
Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Playhouse, the
Okay.
movie.
So you
The
get the
Magical
reference.
Adventures or whatever the name of that movie
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. You more cultured than I thought.
So you know what Pee Wee got arrested for?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like you said, more cultured than we thought. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Thursday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. The Mike Brown era started with a victory over the Cavs.
Crowd starts to rise to its feet here at the world's most famous arena. Anunoby, right corner, three-pointer. That's good.
Despite the Knicks being shorthanded, how optimistic are you about this season?
I think the group is deep, and because of that, it doesn't matter who's in front of us, we're going to have an opportunity to win the game.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino.
Download it.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Looking for the best internet deal? It's just a fast phone call away. Only Optimum Fiber Internet delivers the fastest and most reliable fiber internet starting at just $40 a month. That's right, lightning fast fiber internet at a price that won't slow you down. Call 888-4OPTIMUM today to lock in your offer in just a few minutes and see how you can also get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and an unlimited mobile line on us. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Terms apply.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. Now, they converted my kid's bathtub to a shower and did an incredible, really an unbelievable job. They offer all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit done in just one day. Durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and lower cost than a standard replacement. And a lifetime guarantee. Right now, no money down, no payments, no interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bathfitter.
They say a full marathon is the ultimate test. For me, it's more than a race. It's a milestone I once thought impossible. Michelle Smallman here, and I'm running my very first marathon in New York City with the support of Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assists powered by Parity. Together, we're empowering girls and women through sports and education with grants to 32 organizations in 21 states. Every step I take is for the finish line and for the next generation chasing their dreams. Here's to 26.2 miles and a future with no limits.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
That seems like a perfect day to have this guy on. I'm sure that given the news, we should be flying all over the place and giving out as many picks as we can. He is Joe Fortenbaugh of course, ESPN Bet Live. Once again, completely uncompensated spot on his time, and we're late for him, which I know he is as understanding as can be on. Good morning.
Yeah, this is a day right here, not just uncompensated. Let's use this term too. Uncorruptible. How about that? Uncorruptible, doing the hit, despite the fact, chaos here at ESPN. Not really chaos, but like when a story like this breaks, you've got people all over the place, obviously snapping into gear. It's fun to watch from behind the scenes how a major story like this unfolds. From the gambling side of things, a few shows have said, hey, Fortenbaugh, we're going to go ahead and cancel you for today. Not necessarily needed, but not my guys in New York, Chris Carlin and Bart Scott. They see controversy, full steam ahead.
Lean in. Exactly.
That's why you're the expert. That's why we depend on it. There's times like this where we need understanding.
All right, so listen.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those like, hey, if Fortenbaugh could be jammed up here, let's put him on a national platform, see what everyone has to think.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, show that blind lip.
I know if there's anybody who knows how to handle himself, it's you. But I just wanted to, like, overall, when you saw this story, what was your reaction to it?
I mean, it's wild. You've got the thing to me that stands out is the technology that was being used in these rigged poker games, like mark cards and contact lenses that could see the colors, and like these rigged deck shuffling machines. That's what stands out to me. Like, I know the NBA stuff ties in, and I'm probably supposed to lean into that part of the question, but I thought the rigged poker game thing was absolutely fascinating to see what kind of technology's out there for people who are trying to cheat you, which is a reminder, like, hey, for all of us walking around with just millions of dollars, which is all of us, we're all just rolling in it these days. Be very careful walking into games like this. obviously people could be trying to get you. Now, that said, there's another thought out there, and I feel the need to get this out because this is a serious comment. Anytime we see a scandal like this in the NBA, because it tends to be the NBA with player props, people yell and scream about how the proliferation of sports betting in this country is ruining professional sports. Wrong. You can hate the ads on TV, and you can hate how much it's discussed. I'm not going to sit there and fight you on that. But I will say, if anything, this is how this stuff gets identified. In the old days, you'd be trying to fix games instead of props. When an average prop for a player, like Terry Rozier, for example, I'm going to just give you a fake number, but it's going to be something that highlights my point. If the average player prop on Terry Rozier gets like $3,500 worth of action night after night after night, and then all of a sudden $250,000 comes in on Terry Rozier props, that's going to raise a few red flags. And right there shows you how the proliferation of sports betting can catch this sort of thing. Because people have always been cheating. Let's not pretend like this is new. People have always been cheating. It's easier to catch them now because you can watch the money coming in and you understand the red flags as you see them.
This I could not agree with more. The fact that we, because this has been going on forever, and it's always been going on in underworld, so to speak, not fixing of games or things like that, but people trying to get edges as they do. The proliferation of it now allows so much more to be covered in terms of paying attention to that stuff. To the fact, Joe, that initially it seems that this was about roughly $13,000 that was bet over a 30-minute period from some guys who were professional gamblers, and everybody's able to pay attention to it and say, no, wait a second, something's wrong here. Let's shut this down.
Exactly. Like, you're going to have these data points for every player every single night they take the court. You're going to know what your averages are. You're going to have those numbers. All of a sudden, when it spikes, that's going to raise an alarm bell. And when it's on unders and the guy checks himself out of the game 10 minutes in, yeah, you're going to probably realize something suspicious is going on. This was something that started in the tennis world a long time ago. Tennis players, the best way to fix a match was, obviously it would not be like Wimbledon. It'd be a smaller match, and it'd be a lesser-known player. We saw it on the women's tour. And what would happen is it's maybe the second round. People would be betting against her. She'd go out there. She'd win the first set. And then in the second set, my back's tightening up. I have to withdraw. I got to leave. Pays everyone out on the other side. How unbelievable. What bad luck for people who had the tennis player who was up 1-0. Like, that's what you do, because you can't not play, because then it's no action. So you go out there, you play for a few minutes, and then you check yourself out with an injury. No one's really paying attention to that, except the sports books who took a wild amount of money on your unders. That's how these guys get caught. They still don't realize that, like, when you're working with someone on this, there's going to be so much money bet, there's no chance you get away with it.
You know how I found out about that in tennis? There was an episode of Arliss about it. Yeah.
There you go. Old Arliss. Arliss. Now, with that said, I'd imagine we'd like to gamble a little bit here.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you got? Thursday Night Football. Let's go. Well, actually, hang on. Bart's got one other one.
Because I just want to know, like, how are the leagues trying to ensure to the customers that the games are safe and they're doing all that they can? Like, for people who say, like, are victims of this and lose money, are they going to repay those players their bets? Or how does this work?
Excellent question. So there's multiple layers to something like this. Number one, people think the leagues have just started working with sports books because of the legalization when PASPA was repealed. That's the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act, I believe, of the early 1990s. When that was repealed, the states were allowed to legalize sports betting, and then they did. So people are of this the misconception that, like, the leagues just started working with sports books. That's not true. The leagues have had contacts in Las Vegas with sports books for decades. And it's a really simple relationship. If there's an irregularity when it comes to betting patterns for a specific game, kind of like what we just talked about, the league would get notified by the sports books in Las Vegas. Like, there was a relationship there so that these leagues could keep an eye on what was happening. They've always wanted to protect the integrity of the game more than anything else. So it's not like they just started working with sports books. They have had a connection to Las Vegas going back years to make sure if anything looks suspicious, they want to get the heads up on that. Now, in terms of how potential refunds could happen, like, for example, I'll throw this out there. Miami went out and played last night. Spoelstra, it was a DNP coach's decision on Rozier for night one. And then we find out he's getting arrested the next day. Miami goes out and loses that game. Like, there are going to be people who bet on Miami who are going to be furious about that because apparently the word was out last night. I think Shams even said on First Take that he knew about it last night. So if you're making these bets and you end up on the wrong end of this, you're probably going to go complain to the sports book. I don't think there's anything the league can do about that, but if the sports books want to try to take care of their customers, they can do something like that as a sign of good faith.
All right, give us something quickly on tonight, Thursday Night Football. What do we got?
I do like Minnesota. I like over Carson Wentz's rushing yards tonight. The Chargers have done a really poor job defending mobile quarterbacks. But if you want the good stuff for the weekend, I'd be all over Baltimore minus 6.5 against the Bears. All over that game.
We back, baby. We back.
We're back. We're back in there like swimwear, baby. Like we are back. Here's what you want to know. Ravens getting healthy and all that stuff, that's the obvious angle. The Bears are a little bit fugazi right now. I want you to look at the Jaguars. They started 4-1. A big reason for that was the turnovers. They forced 14 turnovers in those opening 5 games to go 4-1. Hey, they've lost 2 straight. Oh, guess what? They forced no turnovers during that game. There's no statistic that's more predictive of wins and losses than turnovers. Enter the Chicago Bears. 4-game winning streak in which they have forced 15 turnovers. At least 4. They've had 4 turnovers in 3 of those games and 3 in the other one. That is an unsustainable number. And when that drops off, the Bears are going to drop off. The Ravens are the play this weekend. Shockingly, I also kind of like the Jets a little bit. They're catching 6.5 against
Shut your
Flacco.
mouth, Willis.
They were catching. Listen. It's all a numbers game here. All a numbers game. The Jets were plus 6.5 in Tampa against the Bucs. Now they're plus 6.5 in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Are we going to rate Cincinnati the same as Tampa Bay? I'm not. I think that number's too big. That's why I lean to the Jets. But again, we got to be cautious here because from what I understand, this Jets team, you can't really bank on them week to week.
Ain't that?
You're reading the tea leaves. Is that what's coming through on the ticker in Bristol?
Is it a prop bet about?
I've been studying deep in the analytics, and what I've discovered is that the Jets are not a very consistent football team. I've come to that conclusion.
Do we have any odds on who's the starting quarterback?
I mean, it looks like it's going to be Tyrod Taylor, right? And I'll tell you this, sports bettors, like a lot of times the starter goes down and the point spread moves dramatically. A lot of sports bettors who do this for a living, they think the move to Taylor is an upgrade. And it's not meant to be a slap in the face to Fields. It's just meant that, like, you might be able to get a little bit more of a consistent passing game going. So the sports bettors are not shook by the idea of moving from Fields to Taylor. Some actually welcome it.
Yeah, too bad we're throwing the cones.
Nice.
Yeah, well, there's that as well.
Yes.
There's that as well.
Joseph, excellent stuff as usual. Thank you.
And unpaid and uncorruptible.
Uncorruptible.
Uncorruptible. That's the most important thing here.
I trust you a lot more without the mustache.
I know. I saw you last week. I was Bart Carlin. I was lucky enough. Like usual, you walk into the green room. There's Bart in the little tank top, guns blazing, baby. The buys, the tries, they're looking great.
Did he give you the gym mirror selfie at that point? Was he taking pictures of himself? Posted them?
He was actually in the middle of something. What were you working on? I think he was getting notes done, believe it or not. He was prepping for the show.
Yeah, I go get my notes done like that. You know what I'm saying? But I can't treat it like a full locker room because it's, the makeup artists are there, so I don't want to be part of no HR type of deal.
Yeah.
So I take them off and I put them on real quick.
I'll tell you that's
here's the fun story about that too. Those makeup artists, they're the ones that are trouble. They're the HR violation, not the Bart Scotts of the world. Everyone's
you know what I'm saying? I'm clean as a whistle.
Clean as a whistle. To cause trouble.
I'm uncorruptible.
Yeah,
we'll talk.
Uncorruptible. That's what we are.
We'll talk next week, Cowboy. Thanks.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
That is Joe Fortenbaugh. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Get this man on the main stage, man.
He's the best. But I knew that he was going to have really good insight on all this stuff going on.
I mean, he just made our listeners smarter.
It's Bart
and
Carlin.
only we got him. Thank God that everybody else said no.
High Noon is coming up next on ESPN New York.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1877 Cards car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recover from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. BetterHelp therapists have helped over 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. That's millions of stories, millions of journeys. And behind every one is a therapist who showed up, listened, and helped someone take a step forward. Moments in therapy, like the right question, a safe space to cry, or a small win, can change lives. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally, and it works. With an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who've helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text BILL to 231231 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text BILL to 231231. That's BILL to 231231. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Yes, it is shortly, as in 8 minutes after 12 noon. We've been running late a little bit as of late. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York app, and over on the ESPN New York YouTube page. If you're not there watching, by all means, go there. Check it out. Subscribe. Watch the show. Like. All that stuff. Meanwhile, though, even though it's 12:08, doesn't mean it's not the 12 o'clock hour.
We're going to start betting on how many hours I'm going to go every day. We're going to have us a little cup.
But the problem is,
how much I got in me. I don't know. I'm just going to scream it.
There are only limited markets for that, because if you're going to bet on that, you have to be
right. You got to be a listener. It's niche.
You got to be a listener. You got to be right, but you could also be corrupted. I know you. You can be bought.
Yeah, but I don't think it's not enough money in this game to buy me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I didn't say it would be cheap.
I mean, $50,000, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I could be, you know what I'm saying? But, in this market, you gamble with certain friends, you know what the range is going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we used to go to my grandma's house, gamble all night.
It's Bart Carlin.
It's 55 cents in each pot, kilo pot.
That's been the big story of today is the arrest today of Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, and Terry Rozier, who plays for the Miami Heat, as we know, as part of a federal sweep, so to speak. 37 arrests today. Damon Jones, former NBA player and NBA assistant coach, also arrested in this. Part of the investigation and arrest has to do with information passing on NBA games and allowing people to then wager and profit from that. The Rozier thing dates back to March of 2023 when he allegedly told people that he was close to and people that were arrested in this that he was hurt and he was only going to play so many minutes on a particular night, and they could then go and bet all of the under props on him, and that raised a red flag immediately on that. Rozier had been going through that investigation, but then there's also the Chauncey Billups part of this, which is around alleged rigged poker games that he was involved in. I've seen different reports on how he was reportedly involved in it, but basically there was a tie to organized crime, and they were not just poker games that he was tied to, but rigged poker games that involved cameras that could tell what the card was underneath, like special kind of tables.
Bro, I thought this that's some James Bond like stuff. Like that's like it's not the new stuff. It's like the Pierce Bronson stuff. It's like old technology where like they flip the dice and they hit the button and it rolls over.
It flips over, yeah.
Man.
And well, this was with cards. It was, they could see from underneath what the card is with a special kind of table.
Yo, that's why you just personal stuff, man. Because then somebody's stealing from you like that, but they know you basketball players, so there's nothing you can do about it, nothing you gonna do about it because you get exposed. Like, I showed you the article here, and this was a couple of weeks ago. I mean, maybe a couple of months ago when this came out. This came out in March about Adrian Broner stealing $6.5 million from NBA players using fixed dice and rigs games involving gang members. You know what I'm saying? Like, athletes are targets for everything, and in this instance, they were getting targeted by another athlete, allegedly. I don't know whatever came of it, but $6.5 million is what guys lost, and it was from fake stuff going on is with the dice and all that stuff, which is crazy. So I wonder, like, with this case, how prevalent is this just all over the place, and are they targeting athletes because they know we have the funds and we have the stupidity that we can't really tell? When athletes are victims of stuff, we normally can't tell anybody. One, because we're embarrassed. Two, because we don't want to implicate ourselves in something bigger.
Understood. In this case, they went after the two of them again because with Rozier, here's what the Department of Justice alleges. That he told one of the co-defendants that he was going to take himself out during the first quarter of a March 23rd, 2023 Hornets game with an injury, so that co-defender, a guy named De Niro Laster, could bet on it. Laster shared that information and was paid $100,000 by Marvez Fairley, who was another of the people who were indicted. That information was then shared with others who bet on it. Another defendant bet $61,000 on prop bets on Rozier's unders and then ordered a syndicate of associates to bet too. This is all according to the indictment. In all, $259,000 was waged on Rozier by that group, who played less than 10 minutes in the game.
But you see what I'm saying, though? You see what I'm saying about, like, the groups, how people come together and they doing it together. But it could come from him just talking to somebody that's in his family or somebody that's honest and fine.
Well,
and then
they're saying that he told this guy who was also arrested.
Okay.
So it wasn't just telling a family member. It was telling this particular individual who was also arrested in it because he turned around and shared it as well. So, but they're alleging that Rozier told him so that he could bet the under.
So that he could bet.
Right. And then maybe that guy then turned around and shared it with more people.
Everybody else.
Right.
Damn.
So That's what they're alleging. And then I want to bring this up, too. The NBA players, with a poll from The Athletic that happened back in March. In April. This is an anonymous survey of NBA players that they do every year. And it was our 46% of players saying that they were concerned about the gambling aspects of this because of how it's involved with the leagues and such now, because people now treat them more or less like human beings even than before. Now, we've also, as fans, always looked at athletes and thought, well, they're just athletes. You don't never consider them as people as well. And we have heard in college and in the pros about really nasty stuff that gets yelled at players when somebody misses a bet or something like that.
Mm-hmm. It used to be fantasy football where it was not direct bets, but now you add that on top.
Yeah, so there's all that, and then there's the stuff with Chauncey Billups. So that's been a big part of it today as well. We've talked about the Knicks and their win last night in opening it up, and the fact that Karl Anthony Towns made sure that everybody knew that he was not 100%. Yesterday afternoon, it goes from doubtful to questionable to he's playing.
Wonder how that affected the odds.
Listen,
when he knew he was going to play all along, like, come on, man.
I don't know.
Reed is coming out of the tunnel.
Whether or not he's been somewhat annoyed by the fact that all the talk has been out there about a Giannis trade and all that. I mean, I don't know how you can get annoyed by that, but I understand, once again, he's a human, and, you're going to get affected by anything that's said. But it's a little tough when you hear this after the game last night about all the pain that he is playing through on opening night.
I've been banged up and haven't really got a chance to practice or play in those last 2 preseason games. But I don't want to disappoint the fans. Dealing with a grade 2 quad strain, it's not something that's easy to deal with. But we made it happen tonight. I'm glad the fans respected the effort I put into play tonight, and my teammates really did too. So shout out to them, supporting me and understanding the situation I was in.
Yeah, so does that mean that he's going to shut it down later? He just wanted to play muscle through this one, now he's going to try and heal up?
I don't know. I don't know.
Are we going to have Karl Anthony Towns on load management?
Oh, I'm sure at some point. But to me, just the idea that we had all of that drama play out throughout the day yesterday was just bizarre to begin with.
Yeah.
Like doubtful to questionable to, he's playing, he's good, he's got 19 and 11. Like, what's going on?
We needed every one of those points.
Yeah, and they made sure to let you know that they played 11 players last night. And dear God, we went deep. Nothing that we would have ever done with Tibbs as the coach.
Mike Brown subbed himself in for a second. That's 12. Shoot the J.
All right, later than usual for it, but it is a little bit past noon. It still means it's high noon.
Howdy there, partner.
So here's the deal. High noon every week. 3 things that Bart and I are sure to disagree upon. And so we will get right to it.
Round 1, fight!
The Knicks have to be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Go.
Facts. Listen, this is a team that's shown that they can win on the road, but they play better on the road than they did at home last year. But I think that switches. I mean, Madison Square Garden is one of the most iconic home field advantages ever. The crowd, the atmosphere, the organ, the energy. And if they're going to be a successful team, they're going to have to learn how to win at home. They're going to have to try and go for their first overall, first round bye and home field advantage. It's too important, because if it comes down to a game 7, comes down to a game 5, you want to have that home cooking because your role players play better at home than they do on the road. So definitely we got to get it. That should be the goal.
Listen, part for me is that when you look at having to be the number 1 seed, it's never that important to me in the league. It's really not. I do think the Knicks have to improve. They have to win better than they did last year, 55 games, maybe be the number 2 seed. I don't think the Knicks can afford to be the number 4 or 5. All right? They have to have favorable matchups. And they need to be in a position to succeed in the postseason. But that does not necessarily mean to me that you've got to be the number 1 seed. Because we've seen number 1 seeds get picked off too many times before.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, but they always get the tomato cans first couple of rounds.
This is true.
Round 2, fight!
Is the Giants' season on the line this Sunday?
Dun, dun, dun. I'm saying yes. You can't be 2-6. Like, it's a cute story. At the end of the day, you only 2 wins ahead of the Jets. That's nothing to be proud of. Like, they're 2 great wins, but you still got 1 bad loss when you talk about losing to the Saints. So, listen, we talked to McCourty, and he said that he didn't believe that if they win, they should go in and buy in and try and, improve this team. They're just trying to develop the talent that they have, see who's going to stay, who's going to go. But if they look at their division, they look at what the Washington Commanders are becoming. We don't know if this is one of those years where the bottom's going to fall out on Philadelphia. Dallas can't stop nobody. You was right there with them, and that was before you had Jackson Dart. So if you get in a tournament, anything can happen. Other teams can get injured. You can start playing well. So I think this has to be a win so that they can keep their season going, so that maybe they can invest in this team and try and get some upgrades. Smart upgrades, but upgrades.
For me, the season ended this past week. Okay? This is more about Jackson Dart and how he's going to play the rest of the year. This is not about the season being on the line this week. I think the season was already on the line, and we have passed that. If they had gotten to 3-4, I would have had to have taken them seriously. Right now at 2-5, even though the NFC is what it is, I don't have to take them seriously. I really don't. And at this point, you want me to get really pumped up for what you're capable of doing, especially with the rest of the NFC East. You got to get to like 6-5 for me to actually really start to pay attention to it again. You lost me this week. You lost me this past week in Denver with that complete meltdown.
Round 3, fight!
I'm sorry, what did you say?
The mile-high fumble.
Mile-high fumble. Bart, over under 1.5 trades the Jets make before the trade deadline.
Oh, we definitely going over, Bob. Kansas City feels like they're rejuvenated. They feel like they're ready now. They feel like they're going to trend at the right time. They got Xavier Worthy back. Rasheed Rice is doing what he needs to do. And, they got Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster. If you go through, that's 4 great guys. The whole is that Kareem Hunt is a good player, but he can't give you that home run ability. Pacheco, you know him well. He's taking a lot of kinks in the armor right now. He's taking a lot of hits over the last couple of years.
It's catching up with him.
Yeah, and it's starting to catch up with him. You need an explosive back. And you can get a rental, or maybe this is a guy that next year allows you to get rid of Kareem Hunt, because Kareem Hunt,
and Pacheco's a free agent at the end of the year.
Right. Remember, they got rid of Kareem Hunt. You get a younger, cheaper version of that, but you put Breece Hall, you get a jump on getting him and get an opportunity to get him a audition to see how he pairs with you get him 8 games with Patrick Mahomes to see how Mahomes can get the ball to this explosive player. It's a no-brainer. I mean, they get Breece Hall, you might as well give them at least an invitation to the AFC Championship game.
I think Breece Hall gets traded.
And Michael Carter, they not, if they can get rid of that contract.
Yeah.
They got Brownlee Jr. now, so they really like a bigger guy in the slot. And, remember, Michael Carter was a good player for us for a long time, but he got paid from the last regime, not this one. So they could be looking to shed some money by being able to get rid of a guy like Michael Carter, knowing that they have Brownlee Jr.
See, I'm counting on it's just going to be Hall that gets traded. I don't know that the other guys are going to get moved. Personally, Hall just feels like too many things are adding up in that direction.
Yeah.
It's too perfect of a place for him to go.
Yeah.
And for him individually, the frustration is starting to come through.
Yeah.
Like he's starting to say, like, he had a comment the other day, been around here 4 years and all the mentality, and you can feel it in the building and all that.
And they got to pay him. How they going to justify paying him if they lost all their games?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to spend money when you lost all your games, no matter how deserving the player is. Like, man,
we can do it without you.
We can be 0-7 without you, brother.
Yeah, we don't need you for that.
So like, also Breece Hall, and why it's so intriguing is because within that same division, does the Chargers say, we're not going to let you get this weapon because we know how this kind of solidifies you. We need a running back. We got both our running backs hurt. We like young running backs. Najee Harris on a 1 year. We don't really need him. How about Breece Hall and Marion Hampton as our 1-2 punch going with Justin Herbert? Once we get Joe Alt back and Slater back and Becton in the middle, how about you take this on for a guy in Harbaugh who loves to pound the rock?
That would be impressive. I still think it's only Hall that gets moved, though. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York.
Can't wait.
Got a statement from the NBA.
Ooh.
You ready?
Is it silver?
It just says statement from the NBA.
Gotcha.
We are in the process of reviewing the federal indictments announced today. Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups are being placed on immediate leave from their teams, and we will continue to cooperate with the relevant authorities. We take these allegations with the utmost seriousness, and the integrity of our game remains our top priority. Look, they will take care of this very, very quickly. They will not screw around with this. And ultimately, but that's the biggest reason why, is because you cannot have the fan base, your fan base of your league, not believing in the integrity of the league. So they're going to act swiftly, in my mind.
The crazy part is the NBA has already done their investigation.
Well, and on some of this.
On Rozier. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, for him, Chauncey Billups is new, but with Rozier, how is that going to change? Like, are they going to question their investigators?
So here's
or they have to look at new evidence from the FBI?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, because the league had already cleared Rozier.
Right.
They had not cleared Malik Beasley, who did not get arrested in this.
See, told you I ain't the guilty one.
Well, that is really an interesting part of this, that Rozier was cleared, ends up back on the team, and they arrest him now. So what did the feds have that the NBA didn't? And when you say, well, it's the federal government, listen, the NBA, all of their investigators are all guys who worked for the FBI,
the CIA,
and worked for the like they're all in law enforcement, and they're retired from it. So it's not like they have just bums out there investigating this.
They're the best in the business. These are freelance investigators.
So I think this is going to be really they will do their best to move past as quickly like baseball did with the Ohtani stuff, because, again, with baseball, that was with their biggest star.
Yeah.
But with this one, the league, which already had the Tim Donaghy thing, is going to do everything they can to make sure that the integrity of the game is not questioned.
Yeah, but this is crazy for, like, guys like Chauncey Billups and Rozier. For you guys, it may feel like 2 months to us feels like nothing. 2 months in sports is a long time to miss. So, unrepairable damage to their brand and what they stand for. But also, like, how does this affect them? Or is it with pay?
Oh, I'm sure it's not. They're on immediate leave. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, bro, I need my money. I haven't been found guilty of nothing.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? How you going to put me on leave because somebody investigated me? Innocent until proven guilty. So I need my money.
I don't know. I don't know if they're getting their money or not.
I mean, because guess what? If I'm found guilty, I'm going to miss the money because you're going to fire me.
Here's more on the Damon Jones part. And it is.
It's LeBron?
Damon Jones alleged to have traded info on LeBron James missing a Lakers game in 2023. February 9th, 2023 game.
So basketball's biggest star.
Between the Bucks and the Lakers referenced the FBI's investigation into sports betting and was one that LeBron James did not play in. He was ruled out due to ankle soreness. According to the indictment, Jones, a friend of James, not a formal employee of the Lakers, sold or tried to profit on non-public information so that others could bet on it, including alleged co-conspirators Eric Ernest and Marvez Fairley, who were the two guys that were mentioned earlier.
You know what?
All right, let me keep going on this. It was about who would not be playing or if they would pull themselves out of the game early, which was the thing that we saw with Rozier. Before the February 9th Lakers game against the Bucks, Jones texted an unnamed co-conspirator that a player was out and they should bet on the Bucks. The player was not on the injury report yet. He also gave information on the 2023 Lakers, who the DOJ said was one of their best players that season. So this is a story that was literally updated 10 minutes ago. A league source with knowledge of the situation told The Athletic that James was unaware that Jones shared information about his playing status.
But you know what's crazy? he probably went to you like, man, how you feeling today, big fella? You know what I mean? It's a casual conversation for LeBron's, standpoint.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know what
I would.
I ain't going, man. My ankle hurt. We ain't gonna announce it, but I ain't going.
Do I know that why would I think that LeBron is sharing that information with Damon Jones, who's a longtime friend of his? You think LeBron's going to do anything to put any kind of smear on his legacy in this league? I absolutely believe LeBron didn't know.
But what that tells me is that wasn't the first time Damon had done that, because for you to be able to call somebody and get that information and move it that fast and try and sell it. See, it's one thing to tell somebody, it's another thing to try and sell it.
Mm-hmm.
That means that this is something that you did to make money. So this means that this probably is a...
Jones also, according to this story in The Athletic, shared information on another top Lakers player, the indictment said, ahead of a January 15th, 2024 game, after he learned from a trainer that the player was hurt and his minutes or performance would be affected. Fairly bet $100,000 against the Lakers for that game, and the injury report simply said that the player was probable.
You know what's crazy? Like how many times that the guy that was with Shohei Ohtani, how he had all this information, all this betting, and they still lost. Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, in sports, you just never know.
Well, the Chauncey Billups thing, and I have not read everything. We've been on the air during a lot of this, but I have not seen anywhere where Chauncey Billups, where he got arrested this morning as part of the poker game part of it, part of rigged poker. I've not seen anywhere where he is tied in then for have shared other information to other people, anything to do with games.
So here's about cards.
As far as I can tell right now from everything I've seen, I have not seen anywhere where Chauncey Billups, because you'd see big headlines if Chauncey Billups was alleged in this press conference earlier to have shared information about players and games to make up for some debts or something like that.
Instead of being a head coach, that would have been that's super problematic.
It seems like he may have been involved, again, not completely clear on this, but he may have been involved in trying to recruit other people who were big money players to go play in this poker game that it turns out was rigged.
But this is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Did he know they were rigged? Because I'm assuming
I don't know.
When you call people, these are people that are your friends.
Yeah.
To invite somebody to a card game to get them to come over, that's an intimate setting. You're not just going to pull up, I love gambling that much. You don't know enough people like that loves gambling like that.
Who knows? This is going to be fascinating to continue to follow. It's Bart Carlin. I mean, you tell me. You're right. I don't know if he knew.
I just wonder if the players, knew that the games were rigged, or were they just saying, hey, man, I give you some bread off the house if you get some players to come in. We got this card game.
Game Time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Tonight, 7 p.m., Rangers hosting the Sharks, Madison Square Garden. Coverage begins 6:30 right here on ESPN New York. Islanders host the Red Wings at UBS Arena. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. 800-919-3776. Your response to this story that's going on. And also, Jackson Dart can't wait to get to the link. Oh, boy. That's next as well on ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bath Fitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement, plus a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments, or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 or lease for $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN390557. MSRP $32,455. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per $1,000 financed. Ends 10/31/25.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
The Association on Aging in New York is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which funds vital programs for millions of older adults. Services include meals, transportation, home care, Medicare counseling, case management, and caregiver support. Today, people are uncertain whether some programs remain available. We can help. To learn more about these essential programs and how to keep them, visit our website at agingny.org. Sponsored by the Association on Aging in New York.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
This fall, don't sit on the sideline because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck, back, or joint pain, and missing out on the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is the Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing: getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime. Just precise image-guided treatments that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will personalize a non-surgical game plan just for you without pain medication. Same day and next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit Sandwell Pain to text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. You know, listen, I love the kid. And I know that he's not afraid of anything right now. Maybe ease up on the whole I can't wait to get to Philly thing with your checks and dart.
I tell you, like, if I heard that from anybody, I ever tell you the Mendenhall story?
No.
How I made up a whole lie?
Rashad Mendenhall?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't.
He tells the story, but he don't really know why.
Okay.
So
he's playing for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's playing for Pittsburgh. He's a rookie. It's Monday Night Football. We playing, it's always a big deal when the Ravens and the Steelers play. Night game. And he's friends with Ray Rice.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of like joking with Ray Rice, man, I can't wait to see your defense and all that stuff, right? I take that. And I go in the locker room like, yo, Man, this rookie called Ray Rice last night talking mad stuff about how he gonna run all over us, son. You know what I'm saying? He was talking mad. So it got so crazy that like all the other players started talking about it in the media, not knowing that I kind of juiced it up.
You were embellishing.
I embellished like a mug, right? So they had to go. So
you Jordan here,
right? So Mendenhall like tells the story because I heard it from his side.
You're Jordan and he's George Karl.
He was like, yo, what? He like, yo, what they talking about? I didn't even say nothing. So then like he had to ask to have a press conference in front of the media about like
before the game or after.
This is like during the week.
Oh wow!
I started this on Tuesday.
Oh, you started it publicly?
Yes, publicly.
Okay.
I made it juice up.
I thought it was just like juicing everybody up in the room.
No, I did it to them. Then they asked me about it, and I said, you know, they got this rookie over there talking stuff, disrespecting us, like, you know, no respect, right? So then, like, he had to do a press conference talking about, like, I didn't say that or whatever. Then he just kind of got his pride kicked. Like, man, listen, man, I don't know what y'all talking about, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So then before the game, like, we almost get in a fight with him. I know it's all fake, so I'm laughing. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's like, you know, it was like the first quarter, and then like Ray, who never like talked trash, really like directly like personal trash. He kind of like, it's gonna be a long day. Let's go. This is a man's game. He'll say something like that. I'm the trash talker. Like, forget you. I showed you the thing what I said to Rudy.
Yeah.
Right. So he like, you gonna have to pay your dues or something. Ray broke his shoulder out the socket. Yeah. He didn't play the rest of the year.
Trying to hit him.
He broke. It sounded like a car crash.
Broke Mendenhall's shoulder. I thought you were saying Ray broke his own shoulder.
No, he broke his ended his whole season. I had us so mad. We were trying to kill that dude, and Ray came in the hole. Yeah, boom. He just ran over his arm, kind of. Never seen him again.
Poor guy never said a damn thing. Listen, I'm not going to say poor guy. He fumbled in the Super Bowl, okay? He cost me another Super Bowl, so I got no problem with you taking him out. I got no problem with you hurting him, but whatever. You do what you got to do. It's part of the game. He knew the risks.
Yeah, he played running back. You know what time it was. But yeah, I totally lied.
Totally.
So I lied so hard. And I tried not to laugh when I was saying it, but I pissed everybody off. So much more. We put him on a bulletin board. Red dot. Rex talking about it. And I'm like, it's too good to take away.
At that point, you get to Friday and you're all talking about you can't really get up in the room. You know what, guys? He didn't really say all that. He just kind of made a comment to Ray like, I'm looking forward to playing you guys.
Too late now.
I'd love to see you get up there and say, you know what? Probably overblown this a little bit.
Kind of embellished a little bit. I was a little excited. You got the trials of Job coming to you, mister.
Or even tell him after the fact, after the guy broke his shoulder.
Like, actually, he really didn't say nothing, guys.
You know what, by the way, guys, that whole thing, he didn't really say that.
And it's funny, like, so anybody out there listening think I'm playing, Google, like, Mendenhall, and I think he was maybe on, like, Ben Roethlisberger's podcast or something like that where he tells the story. But he has no idea that all that started from me.
Yeah. Don't fumble in the Super Bowl. I'll feel bad for you.
Yeah, how about that?
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app, we'll hear some of the press conference from earlier today regarding the arrests that were made of Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier in a large 37-person, these two just out of the league, Damon Jones as well, but those two currently in the league, 37-person indictment regarding two different scandals around the NBA and gambling and poker games. That's coming in just moments on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Shop new fall offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease a 2025 Mazda CX-30S for as low as $199 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $229 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Plus, enjoy 1 year of complimentary Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
Long Island is brewing some spooky fun at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. We're celebrating this October for our $50,000 Witchy Wednesdays drawing. Be here on Wednesday, October 1st, 15th, and 29th from 3 to 7 p.m. when 2 winners will be drawn every hour to pick a witch's hat and win up to $5,000 cash. Club members can conjure up to 5 times entry multipliers. Fly over to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Looking for the best internet deal? It's just a fast phone call away. Only Optimum Fiber Internet delivers the fastest and most reliable fiber internet starting at just $40 a month. That's right, lightning fast fiber internet at a price that won't slow you down. Call 888-4OPTIMUM today to lock in your offer in just a few minutes and see how you can also get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and an unlimited mobile line on us. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Terms apply.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code PARLAY. That's promo code PARLAY. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass plus $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
All right. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York app. Michael Kay coming up in moments. He's got Dan Orlovsky, Chris Sims on the show today. Let's hear a little bit from U.S. District Attorney Joseph Nocella, who is filling us in on the defendants and the action from the arrests earlier today of Chauncey Billups and of Terry Rozier and Damon Jones, former NBA player.
The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, DeNiro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player. Other co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jontay Porter. Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams. The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses. They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rozier. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player, Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts. Defendants used this non-public information to place hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent bets, mostly in the form of prop bets on individual player performance.
So they're telling Jontay Porter, hey, you're not feeling too good tonight.
And
That's what that sounded like.
Well, you know that he's going to come out and do what he needs to do, right?
Yeah.
Because he's trying to get out. Why he just didn't call his brother? His brother got $100 million. He couldn't have owed that much that his brother couldn't got him out of it, and he could have paid his brother back because he was in the NBA.
Not the greatest debut last night, by the way.
No, Leo?
From Mr. Porter over in Brooklyn.
I mean, he's getting used to being across the bridge. You know what I'm saying?
Joe Leo, any comment as a Net fan?
It's going to be a long, long, long season.
Intentionally.
But you guys knew that, right?
Oh, yeah. But we don't have our pick this year. We're giving it to Houston.
Yep.
Pick swap.
Yep. So you're feeling good. Feeling good.
77 points in the first half.
Damn.
Charlotte.
Damn.
I think they ended up with, 137?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball was doing
Charlotte.
it like that?
Charlotte ended up with 137.
Lonzo Ball and Bridges.
Charlotte.
Lonzo Ball and Bridges doing it like that, son?
They didn't investigate the Nets last night?
LaMelo.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Kalkbrenner on the offensive boards. It was not great.
Yeah, that's...
Tell you what, Wemby, man, looks like he's going to be the
Oh, my
MVP
God.
this year.
He had 40. Oh.
But it's high heat. It's like, what he doing, man? This dude, like, because he's so tall, he just did a reverse double clutch, reverse dunk from the other side. And, like, I don't even think he got 2 inches off the ground.
Here is Nocella on the illegal poker part of this whole thing.
The defendants in this case orchestrated a scheme to use wireless cheating technology to run rigged poker games across the United States, including in the Hamptons, Las Vegas, Miami, and Manhattan. The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach. What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam. Once the game was underway, the defendants fleeced the victims out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per game.
So that answers your question earlier. They are alleging that Chauncey Billups knew that he knew about what was going on and lured these guys into the play in the game. Fish being, obviously guys with a ton of money who maybe weren't the greatest poker players.
Moby Dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder how many
whales.
I wonder how many whales they got. Like, 'cause,
apparently there was one that was 1.8 million. One lost 1.8 million.
That mean he was worth $100 million.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But, the thing is, it is tough to get 5-10 people to be in a scheme without something getting out. Like
that's why they arrested 37 people today. Somebody found out about something.
That's tough, because if anybody ever get in a pinch and they need to get it out of jail free card, I guarantee you the Porter kid, spilled his guts because he lost his whole career.
Yeah.
And he's probably like, man, listen, they knew I owed money and they used that against me. And what was I supposed to do? I didn't have the money. I had to pay my debts back somehow. I thought they were going to hurt me.
Listen, if you all of a sudden, if you're working at a sports book or any of the legal gambling sites, and you see somebody go and throw down $25,000 on Jonte Porter's under for points for a night, yeah, maybe, just maybe, and that number probably is like 2.5, maybe that's a red flag.
Yeah.
First of all, why are you posting a market on the over-under for Jonte Porter to begin with?
How'd that even hit the market?
What's
over-under for Porter yesterday?
I guess that Adam Silver was on with McAfee this week at some point and said, like, specifically they really do pay attention, not just to everybody, but specifically to the guys who are like two-way players, because they are more susceptible to getting hit in these kind of things.
They're not making $300 million through their career, $500 million like Kevin Durant.
Let's check in with Steve in Boonton on ESPN New York. Steve, what's going on?
Hey, Chris and Bart, thanks for taking the call.
You got it.
Chris, if you've been to Fiore's and you did not have the French dip, the roast beef with the mutts, you did not go to Fiore's.
No, I understand, but I did not.
Even though the sausage and peppers is probably awesome, I'm sure you're going to give it a great Carlin. You got to go back for that.
No, I know. Listen, I'm aware, and I did not know about the whole situation with that it's only a specific day. It's only on Thursdays. But, I'll make the trip. I'll make the trip.
For the gambling. I mean, these guys, and now they're going to let the NCAA players gamble too, just so they're more versed on it. This is crazy. When I was in the 90s, when I was playing D3 basketball, I had to sign something that said I would not give out any information on this, that, in the 30 years ago.
Did you listen?
And they are just letting these people run wild. I mean, poker's legal if there's no vig and you're not cheating. The only thing illegal about poker is if you don't claim your winnings, because the government wants the tax money.
Or if you rig the games, which is...
Or if you rig the game, or if you have James Bond glasses
which it sounds
on
like they did. I mean, it sounds like they basically... It was a James Bond situation where they had that kind of technology, allegedly, going on in all of that.
That's crazy. But you can't put it in... That's why, hey, man, you got to be careful who you gamble with. Everybody almost has to be a cheater so you can catch the cheating you. Like, nah, bro. Take them glasses off.
I mean, like even shuffling decks, like they had a thing that would kind of mess around with
this is the thing. If we believe they do that, what makes us think that the casinos ain't got that?
I think the casinos are more heavily regulated, and they have the gaming commission.
Yeah.
Like for them to operate legally, the gaming commission is there, and they're on top of that stuff. Listen, you can question anything you want.
All I know is I'm at the blackjack table. All of a sudden, they bring the cooler in. I can't win no more. The hell that's about? As soon as I get hot trying to, get mama a new pair of shoes.
Well, if you see the guy who looked like William H. Macy in that movie come up and sit down next to you, that's when you get up anyway.
Yeah.
Because that is the cooler. That guy looked like a loser. You see a guy at your table who looks like a loser, you get up. That's on you.
Bernie Mac Dillon. I ain't playing with you.
He did have a great line in Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
There's a reason they don't call it White Jack.
I am for the advancement of colored people. You better get him. You better get him.
Bart Carlin. Michael K. is next.
Follow that, Michael K.
On ESPN.
Booyah.
Woosah. It was almost on.
Woosah.